it is tradition for us to tell one excellent story before we go live that we deprive our listeners of.
Hey, I gotta go. Ryan Long's on Kurt Metzger's show right now, so bye. I'm gonna do that one day because right when we come on, we're like, I gotta go. Bye.
I didn't listen to Kurt Metzger's stuff for the longest time because he has a name that's like one letter off from this other dude I knew in town years ago who ended up being like a crazy meth head in the long run and was like raided by the DEA and tons of stuff. And I would just hear that name and every time be like, that dude has a podcast now? Like, it's not the same guy. It was like Kurt Metzler or something. He's a weird dude in a town I lived in for a brief period of time.
He's
and
like
he was
Bizarro Kurt Metzger.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Metzger, right?
Yeah, Metzger.
Okay, so the meth head one was a lur instead of Kerr. And looks nothing like the comedian. Like,
yeah, he's a Bizarro version of him.
Yeah. Imagine like John Bon Jovi on meth.
Do I have to?
That's what this one looked like.
Is that one of the lyrics of like a cowboy on a steel horse I ride? I'm doing meth on the side.
Ryan just checking in and out, or is that your internet that just booted you?
Must have been my internet. Weird. I pay so much money for this high-speed internet.
Right, and you lost your icon again.
I'm going to bounce out and bounce back in. I don't like being without my icon.
Sounds good. I'll pay attention for it. While we're early on in this, only a couple minutes in, guys, Hammerella is still going. The link should be in the description. If you haven't backed already, whenever and wherever you're watching this, get that link down in the description. Go over to the Hammerella campaign and back that shit, because Ryan is so close to getting funded now, and there's, I believe, exactly 2 weeks left now. I think it's down to 14 days. So
yeah,
get over there and back it if you haven't already.
And smash that like button.
Yeah. Also do that.
Hit the bell for notifications. Ding, ding, ding.
Retweet us on the Twitter. Dick slap that like button. Put your phone on the floor. Whip it out. Slap it hard.
Put your iPad between your butt cheeks and flap it at your girlfriend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just realized we are at 10,955.
Oh, hell yeah. I was just about to pull up the campaign page.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have let you.
Oh, no, it's all good. I got the too many tabs problem. And it's not even like I'm trying to bury porno in it anywhere. It's just a bunch of tabs of comic book stuff. I'm like, anyone ever looked at my internet history, they just be like, this guy is a sad nerd. And probably on an FBI watch list for all the guns and weird shit he looks up for research.
You're like, no, guys, it's still cool. I'm jerking off to the comic books.
It's like,
why? That's why he's dating a drummer from marching band, because comic books is one level up in the nerd ladder there.
You spent 4 hours looking at mil-spec gear and then 8 hours looking at clothing from the 70s.
You spent 8 hours on a wormhole about wormholes and only 45 seconds on Pornhub?
There's like a week where all I did was read like first-hand accounts of like people who had brushes with serial killers and stuff, and like how serial killers got rid of bodies, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm on a watch list. For sure.
At one of my old jobs, we had a plate carrier in the office, and I used to ask the boss all the time, I was like, can I wear that? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I used to walk around the office all day with a plate carrier on just because I could. Just
to get swole. You know, that was your boss's plate carrier just because he knew he pissed off a lot of people. He's like, yeah, I got a lot of enemies. Just if you hear anybody coming in here yelling, give me that plate carrier.
I'd just be like doing like office chores, you know, like filing and shit and wearing a plate carrier.
What do you got? 1,045 to go? Right? That makes sense. Is that good math? Boobs. That is all, said Jobu.
That's all that needs to be said.
Also, Beth texted me and said, tell Ryan marching band is cool.
All right.
Yeah, you're not going to break her nerdy steel band camp nerve. Like, she's diehard.
All right. Well, you know me, to be fair. I like to be a little bit honest. So this is coming from the guy who spent all last year taking my nephew to band camp. So I've been hanging out with all the band camp dorks for the last year.
She shreds on drums too. She's shy as hell, but back when our band lost our drummer to heroin, early on in us dating, I tried to get her to replace him so we could like actually finish an album. What is going on, Mitch?
Oh, what's up, Mitch? Dude, Mitch backed us the other day. Mitch is awesome.
Yeah, Mitch is great.
I think I'm doing a sketch for him.
Good to see him in here. I think he backed us as well. That or there's another Mitch who backed us, because I definitely remember seeing a Mitch. What is up,
He's
Edwin?
the only Mitch. He's the only Mitch. Oh, Edwin. What's up, brother?
All other Mitches are inferior.
Yeah, marching band's one of those things that kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. I thought it was so dorky in high school, and now I'm like, actually, that's pretty cool. Like the
But
stuff they do in marching band.
Everybody fucks, just like Dungeons and Dragons.
Apparently, I don't know anything about that with my nephew's group, but yeah, the people in high school, like our theater group too. Our theater group kids were like spreading AIDS. Pretty sure.
Those nerds get down.
Well, this was back in the early to mid 90s.
I've told Beth about this before. We had a school-wide mono outbreak. I want to say sophomore year of high school. And it was like I was one of I think 20 kids that didn't get it in a school of like 550 kids. Like I went to a very small high schoal. And
everybody knew you were the loser.
Yeah, everybody knew I was the kid not getting any ass. No, I was like, I was the popular absolute jackass. Like I got like class clown and a bunch of other shit. I was one of the, I don't know if your school did like a senior auction. Our school did this thing called senior auction, where underclassmen could buy us for a day to do whatever they want. You'd have to be like an underclassman's bitch and carry their books, and all the money went towards like your graduation party and all that. Like the post-graduation party that the school did.
Wait, did you go to like Saved by the Bell High?
I sold for like $350. I wore like hot pink booty shorts all day and a leather like Native American jacket with like 2-foot tassels on the arms. And when people said my name, I had to drop down on one knee and sing to them. So I just got wicked fucking drunk before school and went in loaded that day and sang all over class and just kept ducking into bathrooms to puke.
Okay, so now I was picturing you now in that outfit and was damn it, Spencer, why'd you put that image in my head? And then I don't want to be picturing a high school kid dressed like that. Damn it, Spencer!
Imagine like 17 about to be 18-year-old me.
No.
Probably like
hot,
40 pounds heavier and long hair, but other than that, almost hairless. Like could not grow a beard.
He said that like that part was gonna win us over.
Yeah.
Ready?
Damn near. Nothing. Scorched earth, looking like I looked like a 12-year-old lesbian. It was insane. But I was one of those dudes where I just, like I was telling Beth, I still have that like that character trait in me where I don't care about looking like a jackass. Like I joked to her the other day. I was like, yeah, I'm treading into my Nick Cage era. And I was like, I need to start wearing more animal print to the airport. She was like, you don't even like flying. Like, I just want to be seen there. I want to be mistaken for fat Nicolas Cage at the airport. That's how good my style needs to be. I'm gonna start shaving my hairline back. They filled several hallways with balloons. I grabbed a blowtorch and burnt them all. I ruined one school's muck-up day. Hello, Razmaz.
I don't even know what that is.
There's my girlfriend saying that was in his meatloaf stage. Yeah, when I looked incredibly like a lesbian meatloaf. He's one of those dudes too where it looks like he just could never grow a beard.
She's like, Spencer, please get rid of your Native American jacket. He's like, but I won't do that.
No. I don't know where that thing is now. I think one of our buddies took it. So we had a friend
hugging people at Fight Club.
No,
he brought it back to his people.
No, so that leather jacket has a very long story from it. But we had a friend, Lauren, who worked at this place in town called Hot Leathers, and yeah, it sounds way gay.
Worse than
it sounds way gayer than it is. Like the logo was like impact. The logo was like impact font with flames coming off of it, and you go into the place and imagine a place that's like half the size of a Walmart, but it's all leather jackets and assless chaps. And it was like a hardcore like biker place. Like the craziest salty old biker dudes came in here to buy all their leather because it was like a genuine leather retailer. They did an annual raffle that we would jokingly go in and we'd put a couple dollars into it every single time we would go in and see Lauren at work. And my buddy Travis was dating Lauren at the time, so we used to go in there a bunch. And we just like, I think the tickets were like $2, and we'd just buy like a couple every time we were there joking around, and it helped out Lauren. It made it look like she was actually selling them. We ended up fucking winning the raffle, and it was like $2,500 worth of Hot Leathers shit. So we just bought like all the gayest shit we could think of. And that was a lot of ass chaps and tasseled leather jackets. There's pictures of it somewhere in the world. I'd have to reach out to my buddy Travis, but this was like back when I was doing vocals in a really shitty metal band, and we would just do dumb shit all the time. We used to do scavenger hunts when a bunch of our friends were straight edge, where we'd just go around town and kind of do like really illegal shit and take pictures of it and reconvene at midnight. And whoever had the most pictures of like really lewd illegal shit that we had thought of the day before and made a list of, you had to like cross off as many. Like one of them I remember was arm wrestle a crippled kid. And we found a kid who had been hit by a car at the mall, and there's a picture of me arm wrestling him. There's another one, jog pantless through a store, which I think one of our buddies Jim did for our team. Ride 2-player butt naked on the Shark Cycle motorcycle, which was a motorcycle dealership in town that it had a motorcycle doing a wheelie up on the roof of the building, but the roof was like 20 feet up and you had to like hoist people up to get on it. We hoisted our buddy Travis and our buddy Jim up onto the roof, and they got butt naked and climbed onto it and rode literally butt to nut, ass naked on top of this motorcycle. And we got a picture of it. And then the cops showed up. And the cop laughed his fucking ass off and let us go. One of them was to get a piggyback ride from a bouncer at a strip club. We got that one done. This was like high school too. This was like junior, senior year of high school, just being dumb as shit. I was like the only dude in our group of friends that smoked or drank because I'm a heathen, and everybody else was just
hoping
like,
he was the only dude in his group, and I was like, whoa, this group just, all those events just got way cooler picturing a bunch of girls doing it. I was like, whoa, those are some awesome girls.
Yeah, Travis and Jim are chicks. Jim is actually, his mom's a fucking crazy hippie. Jim was always wild as fuck. He grew up on like a hippie commune for like the first 15 years of his life. And his name was Jim because his mom's name was Mora, and while she was on acid giving birth to him, she was listening to Jim Morrison and was like, Jim Mora's son, and thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and had like her epiphany of life, and it was just to name her kid Jim. Whose last name sounds nothing like Morrison. But that's hippies and acid for you. Man, we would have definitely been friends and probably in a band. Hell yeah, man. I used to get fucking real wild. My girlfriend has been to some of my shows. I was a reckless idiot. We did a benefit show for a battered woman's shelter. We raised a shitload of money for it.
First, we beat the women.
No, we raised a shitload of money for it, so that was awesome. But I was an alcoholic a bit back then. Didn't really have any self-control, and I got really drunk that night. I'm pretty sure there's video footage somewhere of me calling it the Hoes Need a House 2 show, because I couldn't remember what the fuck it was called. My buddy Phil, whose girlfriend put the show on, was really upset until she saw how many tickets we had sold, and then she's like, whatever, Spencer's an idiot. But that was the good old days. This is a fucking reckless asshole. I got really drunk that night, threw up all over the place. We played essentially the biggest venue, like the oldest venue in Connecticut way back in the day with our band. Beth actually saw that show. We played the main stage. It's called the Webster Theater, not the one in New York, but the one in Connecticut. It's basically the biggest venue before going to like an arena or like an outdoor venue. And we played the main stage there at like 8:30, 9 o'clock to a fucking sold out show. And I was on ecstasy, Adderall, I think almost a 750 of whiskey, and we had smoked a bunch of weed because the street behind fucking the Webster is called Ellsworth, and we always made it tradition to smoke an Ellsworth out there before we went on stage. How do you still have teeth? I managed to never get them punched out. That was the whole thing.
Secret. He lost them a long time ago.
Yeah. I still have most of them, but who knows? I'm playing it day by day. Yeah, but that's like the holy trinity I've stayed away from, like meth, heroin, and crack.
You're following the Let Me Killmeister advice.
Yeah, I was like a turbo idiot. This was, over 10 years ago now. I've been way away from all of that shit for a really long time. I still get hit up from the dudes in the band who are like, man, don't you miss those days? And I'm like, I miss playing shows. I don't miss being fucking like out of my mind. Like,
you're like, I don't actually remember those days.
Yeah, like you open one eye and you're like, am I dead? Where are we? And I'm on stage yelling at like a fucking 500 person crowd. Like,
was it like the Peter Griffin thing where like you think you're playing amazing and then you watch the tape back and you're just screaming insanity?
Oh, well, that was sort of like when I sort of lost interest in it, was when I was just like, are we just here to get wrecked all the time? But no, that was kind of the scene anyways. We were like a post-hardcore band, and if you could understand what I was saying, we weren't doing it right, I guess. I was one of the more coherent ones, but it was like, even when I was sober, if the venue would allow it, I was like big fucking goofy dude getting into the pit, getting punched in the face while screaming and getting crazy. And I was also like a foot taller than everyone in our band, so we got all these little tiny dudes like stomping around, jamming hard.
I thought it was going a different direction.
Ogre.
I thought you were going to say you were a foot taller back then.
Yeah. I crumbled under the weight of the sound.
He lost his shins like Cotton Hill.
We were so fucking heavy, I had to lose my knees.
I was over 7 foot back then.
I was set to be the next Andre the Giant.
Yeah, if I can ever get a hold of that footage or anything, the Hoes Need a House stuff is like embarrassing, but I don't give a shit.
No, that'd be funny.
Yeah, and I mean, like, when I say we raised a lot of money, like, this place would maybe get like $1,000 a year in donations, and we were like we like quadrupled that at like a little hardcore show in our hometown. And
dude, if we either of us can find old stuff like that on film. I'm sorry, go ahead, finish.
That main stage show we played the main stage for it's a company that does stuff like semi-nationally called Guerrilla Music. They were fucking absolutely horrible promoters and horrible to like the talent. Basically you made no money unless you sold over like 400 tickets or something like that. So we were like, okay, we're this shitty local hardcore band. They're doing this Guerrilla Music Battle of the Bands competition. And we went and like fucking demolished it. Like we showed up to like playing against a bunch of like kids in high school and weird like glam rock bands and shit. We were like, what is going on? And we just sold a bunch of tickets and got into like the finals. And the finals was that like main stage show. We sold the most tickets out of everybody, and we're the oldest people there at like 21 years old. So the representative from Guerrilla Music was just like, hey, I'm not supposed to tell you guys this, but like you sold the most tickets out of all the bands. So I'm paying you guys the most, but there's a lot of other bands that are like super pissed off because they didn't sell a lot of tickets and didn't make a lot of money. But like we got to pick our time to go on, which ended up being like 8:30. And what we did to sell so many tickets was the week beforehand, we just put out word to all our friends in town. We're like, hey, we're getting 3 kegs because it was our drummer's birthday the night of the show. Our drummer was finally turning 21, and he was the baby of the band, my buddy Dennis. I was like, we're getting 3 kegs for Dennis's birthday. We're going back to Dennis's dad's house, and we're getting rip shit drunk until these kegs are fucking tapped. And anyone that buys a ticket to our show drinks for free from the kegs. And shitloads of our friends just started blowing us up for tickets. I think we had to go back to Guerrilla Music like 3 or 4 times to get more tickets from them because they would only give you like 100 bundle at a time. And we sold hundreds of tickets, had an absolute fucking banger at Dennis's dad's house. And Dennis's dad is just like the most wholesome old man. Kept coming out and being like, when you guys said you were having a party, I didn't think you meant so many. It was a fucking great time.
Check the chat when you get a chance.
I threw up in my mouth on stage. That was great, and had to swallow it. Some lady flashed her boobs at us, and it was when I was throwing up in my mouth on stage, and only my drummer saw it. So that was our rock star moment, and I was puking, not looking. I'm sure Beth loves that if she's still listening. I missed out on Rockstar boobs. Yeah, they were worse than Opus One. Those dudes are dicks. Yeah, man. Gorilla was absolutely terrible. Dennis the Menace. Dude, Dennis is still wild. He's one of the ones, he got crazy with fucking Hey Ron and all that. Like we were some shitty 80s hair metal band, but he got wacky with that, and the band essentially split up before we ever recorded anything. But he's the one who like regularly hits me up and is like, we should just get together and record something. Yeah, Beth. Yep. She'll be stoked that I missed out on those boobs, because those boobs led me to her boobs.
I'm gonna hop back in before you answer more questions from the chat.
Because you lost your icon again, you heathen. I showed up just in time. What city was this? That was the Webster's out in Hartford, Connecticut. It's a fucking wild venue. I'm wondering if it's still actually around now. I missed out on porn star sex because I had to go home. That's funny. I was just about to say the Webster Theater, we found out, used to be like a porno theater in the 70s where they would like, or like a porn studio, I should say, where they would shoot the fuck films upstairs. And the old green room was my favorite part of the Webster Theater. And the only time we got to go back there was when we played that main stage show we were back there hanging out, and we're like, oh shit, we're like in a green room for the first time ever, and it just kind of sucks. There's a chair in one corner that had a giant hole in like the chest of it that looked like somebody walked in and just shotgun blasted a dude like while he was sitting in it, and it had just like a dirty brown stain around the hole. We were like, yeah, nobody's sitting in that chair. Like somebody got shot there, like for sure. That was the same venue where there used to be some like known characters out there. Like I know Beth has come across the polka dot pillowcase hooker that used to hang out there. There's a guy that we just used to call Dusty because he was like always there and always trying to sell you angel dust. Yeah, we watched before one show we played there, we watched like a police, I guess, arrest happen at a gas station. It seemed like a sting operation. They pulled up and this guy just had a trunk full of fucking kilos of coke. And we were just like in the gas station buying bullshit and walking out of the gas station. And this guy fucking pulled into the gas station, and then like a bunch of unmarked cars all of a sudden had cops coming out of them, and this guy was surrounded. It's really cool. The good old days.
Good old days, yeah.
The dirty ring from competition pooping. I'm a big Hatebreed fan, and I've heard stories about Connecticut from them. Hatebreed, All Out War. Yeah, I remember they had some big fucking incident at like Mayhem Fest or something years ago. Some chick was getting like sexually assaulted in the crowd or something. I think that was in Connecticut, but that was at one of the arenas like I was talking about. Webster's like a really tiny fucking place, and I know all the security there. If some shit was going down like that, you'd get fucking probably beaten to death.
Did you say they said they found footage of your band?
Mm-hmm. That's excellent.
Colin said he did.
Yeah, that's how I've been waiting to get to that.
Did he find the Hoes Need a House tour?
Just says found footage of one of your shows.
Oh man, I hope so.
I was going to ask you for the name. I was going to go dive in while you were talking.
This crazy venue in CT sounds like Harpo's in Detroit. It's always popping off in Harpo's parking lot. Yeah, it was more inside the venue, and I think if anything, Webster is like, I think that's really chill. Like that was like one of my favorite spots to hang out. The crazier one would probably be the Palladium out in Mass, or the Waterfront, which is like the brother, like companion venue to that. And they were run by all the old FSU guys. Like a bunch of the dudes that were in like the Gangland episode about FSU were just like security guys and like bartenders at the Waterfront. And I know a bunch of those dudes, and like those dudes fucking stomped guys to death. Like they were wild. That place is way more insane and popped off way more. I saw Every Time I Die at that place, and that is probably like a 20-foot by like 80-foot room. And what's it called? Yeah, it's like a 20-foot by 80-foot room. It has a bunch of these tall ass, probably like 6-foot tall windows, and they're only like a foot off the ground. So like people are like fucking throwing down and spin kicking each other in the pit, and like one bad move and you could just go out a window. Like they eventually boarded up the windows, and we always joked that someone had to have gone out one of the windows. But I saw Every Time I Die there, I think like 2012. I don't know. My brain, like I said, after the accident, like it's hard for me with timelines. I need to like look stuff up a lot. But 2012, a bunch of the old FSU dudes showed up. Every Time I Die was playing. Code Orange Kids opened for them, and they were still Code Orange Kids instead of just Code Orange. Yeah, a lot of those dudes just ended up like they'd be regulars hanging out at the Waterfront Blast Beat FSU bands like Blood for Blood and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of those guys, not necessarily FSU bands, but we opened for a little Acacia Strain show back in the day, because those guys are like semi-local. Every Time I Die, though, what I was trying to say was there's a bunch of old FSU dudes there who like straight up showed up like in business suits, like they had come straight from work to get to the Every Time I Die show, and they have like exposed pipes hanging from the ceiling at that place, and it was the most fucking insane show, seeing like 45-year-old men covered in tattoos that are in full business suits swinging from fucking pipes during that show. And it was like everybody in the building got to sing guest vocals with Keith Buckley that night, and I had that dude like up on my shoulders at one point. I got kicked in the face like 100 times that night. We kept going outside to smoke cigarettes, and I just kept spitting blood. It is like the time of my life.
Seriously, the more blood that's been spilled or clothes that have been ripped at concerts that I played at, or even as a fan, just in the pit or something, like those are seriously the good times. And like, you don't remember it as being painful at all. Like,
no, I broke a kid's nose at a Warped Tour one year in an Every Time I Die pit, and I like felt really bad about it because it wasn't on purpose. I just like turned around and backhanded him. His nose exploded. And I still have the shirt that I was wearing. It was a shirt that I had screen printed, and he sprayed blood all over me. And I had all the dudes in the band sign it when I met them afterwards. They were just like hanging out at a food booth I was at, and I was like, can you guys sign this shirt? Like, I fucking broke this kid's nose during your pit earlier, during Pigs is Pigs, and fucking they were like, fuck yeah. And they all signed it. Andy signed a book for my brother as well that said "Party Till You Poop." It was the Bhagavad Gita that the fake Buddhists give you outside of Warped Tour.
Mm-hmm.
I had him sign that. It's just like a self-help book for Buddhist idiots. That was a good time. I still have that shirt somewhere. It says, "Get at me, pussy, you didn't pay for shit." And it was just a thing our buddy Dan used to yell at us when he was really drunk, because he would buy a bunch of beer and then hoard it like a goblin. Yeah.
That's great. I had my nose broken at a show by Angelo Moore from Fishhead.
Oh God, you've had yours broken?
Yeah, we were dancing in a pit together, and we just kind of both got slammed towards each other, and his head just rocked towards mine and just smashed my nose into my face, and just all this blood. Just, I had a bright neon green shirt on, and like it just splattered, just giant, just swat. Like it looked like I had a red blood bow tie on, just straight down my shirt and onto my pants and everything.
Yeah, this kid exploded. It was
rad because it's Angelo Moore. Yeah, that's what mine was like too. But I was like, oh, and my front lips were kind of like cut in, or my teeth were cut into my lip. But I was like, hell yeah, it's Angelo Moore. It was a super rad moment.
I just remember him getting carted away on a stretcher by like a medic team, and he was like, "Don't worry about it, bro. Warped Tour." And I was just like, "That's a cool fucking dude whose name I never got." Like, I just destroyed his nose.
Like, that was me.
Yeah. After I washed it, it's got like the blood stain is all still there. It's just like a gross brown now, and their signatures are all still there. I don't wear it or anything. I've looked at that shirt and been like, my God, how did I ever fit in this? I have flashbacks of like, was I sexy at some point? I don't remember being this not fat.
Like, you did used to wear hot pants, you were telling us earlier.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I still got bird legs. Beth could corroborate that. I have the legs of like a fucking like Olympic swimmer for some reason. I'm built
like a frog?
Yeah, I'm built like Dr. Eggman or a frog, exactly. I'm just all upper body, dude.
Just a frog with a beard.
Yeah, it's always leg day, but it's just trimmed me down, and then everything else is just like, what is going on with us, man? What is up, Simonon? Did I say hi to William C too? Hello, William. If I didn't, I've been drinking, guys. So I'm like trying to trying to keep it interesting for you and also engage these comments. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I opened for Explosions in the Sky battles. Whoa, shit, that's rad. When I was in grad school in FSU. I'm assuming that's Florida, right?
Hey.
Florida State University, right? The
Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah, T-Pain. Tallahassee Pain for all you non-T-Pain fans out there who didn't know that T-Pain is a Tallahassee boy.
Is it really?
Yes, he is. He's fucking awesome too. Check out his streams on fucking Twitch sometime. He's hilarious over there, and he talks about it a bunch. He was like on the acapella team and stuff like that. Beth's roommate down in fucking Florida when she was in the college program for Disney back in the day. Pretty sure like had some friends who like knew him firsthand that were in like the same programs with him and stuff. Like she was like in a circus or some shit, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tallahassee.
Yeah, has a circus program down here.
Yeah, she like helped run that for a while.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, very cool. Like I love shit like that. I used to just like pick her brain whenever we went down there about the costuming and stuff like that. Her friend Melissa that I've mentioned a bunch, who's come up here, who I told you can't handle the fucking cold weather. Same girl. She was the stage manager. Gotta love it. Beth is just always in here for the clutch. Love that woman. Yeah.
Like
Melissa's great
to fuck
too.
Up the story. I better hop in.
Oh yeah, Melissa's awesome though, and Melissa is like lady me. Like she is like my exact height and just wild as fuck, crazy hard worker. And into just weird shit. Like, yeah, that was one of the first things I learned about her was the being a stage manager for a circus, and I was like, holy fuck, what is that like? Anytime I hear about cool shit like that, I'm like, I could do some acid and probably learn how to do that in a weekend. Just because I'm a cocky idiot. I've seen my little brother suplex a meth head because the dude's straight arm. Some chick. Jesus, I'm already laughing. Dude was like 150. What are those? Kilograms? No, I know. I'm fucking around. Like 2 meters tall. Jesus, Colin, you're really fucking trying me here. Let's do some math. No.
He was 70 feet tall?
Was that like a ton and like again? 12 feet tall? This guy was a Mack truck, and my little brother suplexed him. Just shot and weighed nothing at the time. It's honestly way easier if you know anything about fighting to throw a big dude over than it is a little guy. Whoa, it sounds like somebody's cat just said yeah.
Yeah, that's Rocket. And you know what? He would know. He's a 10-year-old cat that only weighs 9 pounds. And he loves to fight the other cat, which weighs like 15 pounds.
How is the funding feud with Rob Geronimo? Sorry.
That's fine. I'm destroying him. That's how it's going.
Excellent.
Yeah, if you didn't see, I announced yesterday that we were friends until we were both at 89%. I don't know. Let's see.
10995? Did I imagine that? Right? We were 1,045 away before, unless my math was way off. I'm not that drunk, am I?
Probably.
We were 10955. Yeah.
You got another backer. Hell yeah, guys. Awesome.
Oh, it's not updating on my end. Well, hey. That's how it goes. Awesome. Well, thank you. Unless somebody they were like, oh, wait, no, not that one.
Pretty much play everything at a very basic level. That's always excellent. That is how I would not describe myself. I pretty much just yelled things into a microphone. That's cool that you can. I feel like you're probably better than you're letting on, William C. But
yeah, I feel like that too.
I'm always jealous of those dudes where they're like, I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, but I'm like only like a little bit good at everything, and then they start playing, and you're like, fuck you, dude. Like, oh, did I mention I can play them all at the same time?
Well, it's like the guys in my band are like that, and they're great at every instrument, and they read music extremely well, and they write on charts, and they do all this stuff. So even if I like self-deprecatingly, I'm the most like self-deprecating, like without really caring type person in the group, and I'm like, I'll say something about just like not being as good, and they're like, "Oh no, dude, we're all good. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you guys. I know I'm not you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm totally fine with that. I do my own
guys,
thing.
my ass has plenty of smoke for one day.
Yeah, like I only played songs on guitar that I've written. Like, so even like friends or family, they're like, "Hey, we should jam. Let's like play this or that." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that. No, I don't know that. I'm sorry, I don't know that."
That's like I used to work at like shitty like mom and pop pizza places like right out of high school, and I'd be like cooking in the kitchen, and we used to have like these 3 like rotating like shitty like bar tribute bands that would come in and play, but it was like an archetype of the bar tribute band that one of them would be like an incredibly kick-ass musician and just sort of like in a shitty band playing at bars. Like there was one at this place I used to work at though, this really old dude who just had like a handlebar mustache and really really fucking crazy long hair and looked like he was clinging to the 80s way too hard because he was pushing like 60. And those dudes would come in and they weren't like a tribute band to anything in specific. They just play tons of like old 80s hits like Bon Jovi, Van Halen, and all this stuff. And it was very much like a dive bar with a pizza place attached to it. But dudes like that always shred. And I love that. I love weird grizzly old dudes who shred on guitar.
At that point, though, like, why give it up? You know? If
Yeah.
you've already gone that long and you still look the same, like, there's no point in changing.
It's just, why don't those dudes all find the excellent dude in the local tribute bands and make the best local tribute band? Mm-hmm. Like, why is it always there's one dude that kicks ass who happens to just be friends with like 4 mediocre dudes?
I didn't think I'd be playing music that's past 40.
Past 40.
Yeah. Let alone
you say that like it's a bad thing.
No, but when I was young, I mean, we were 21 when we started. So,
yeah, I mean, we made that joke too. Like, you can't be a hardcore band in 30, which is like, I mean, everybody's doing shit like that now, and people had done it before us. Henry Rollins is old as shit now, and like, he was still doing music.
Well, I also didn't think, like, when I was like 21, I was like, oh no, I guess when you're like 35, you stop wearing shorts and just like put on a tie and go to work. You know, like, I remember thinking as a kid, I like stop wearing shorts was like a big thing to me. Like, I was like, it sucks, man. As an adult, you gotta stop wearing shorts. It was like the biggest deal to me. I didn't wasn't worried about marriage or kids or career. I was just like, fuck, man, can't wear shorts.
You just buried all your shorts in your backyard.
Randy, who shreds at the local pizza place, is on parole and can't tour. Yeah, I mostly just play here for free pizza and beer. Can't go anywhere. He's on house arrest, but his anklet is in range because he lives across the street. Oh my god. Yeah, that place was wild. That was in a small town where I worked, where my dare officer from middle school was high school sweethearts with the owner's daughter. And the owner's daughter is now like 50 something years old at the time I was working there. She's probably like in her 60s now. Gnarly bar hag. And he was like pushing it, getting old too, and was just like really shitty cop. But he used to show up all drunk off duty and just like try to hit on her in the bar. And I'd have to like carry him out to his car at the end of the night and leave his keys with her. And he would just like sleep in his car in the parking lot. It's a very weird small town, but we'd have like a drunk cop in fighting people in the bar with like a sweet Bon Jovi tribute band playing. There's a gay dude named Carl there who ate raw ground beef, and we used to joke that he was a gay vampire. He said, "Suck the blood right out of your sausage," is what my buddy Mikey used to say to him, and he said, "Anytime, Mikey," and then you would laugh uncomfortably. Whoa, Ryan's in the stream for a second time now.
Whoa.
Spooky. How did that happen? Do. Just silence now?
We need the crickets.
Oh, now Ryan's gone.
Oh, he got embarrassed. He left. Should have made fun of him.
Oh, probably, dude. Our dare officer was absolutely a wild man. His name was Officer Chant, and he was such an idiot he could never get why we would say his name repetitively over and over again as a crowd. That was just like the thing to do in dare class because we were all asshole kids.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Hey, before we get too far, I don't think you said it unless you said it when I was off, but wanted to shout out the band names from our chat dudes.
Band names from your chat dudes.
Like William C. He played with North Via and the Electric Twin were two of the main bands he played with, and one of those he opened with EITS. So those are bands I want to check out. If you want to check them out, go ahead. And then Mitch played. I've never actually heard this band name said. I've only seen it written, but Kamikabe or Kamikabe. They're actually a pretty well established band. He played with them in the early 2000s. Then they all graduated. He joined the military. They got signed.
Oh man!
Like, oh no!
Oh.
I was just watching a stream the other night where some dudes were talking about Circus of Dead Squirrels, and I was like, "Oh, that's a weird throwback." My buddy Matt's older brother Ryan was their original drummer, and I don't even think it's like listed on like any like Wikipedia or anything. But it was like we used to go to shows all the time when Ryan was their original drummer. It was really fucking weird to hear that. I just like jumped into a random stream. I can't even remember who it was, but they were like, "You guys remember Circus of Dead Squirrels?" And I was like, "I barely remember that band." And they were from around here. Like they were one of those like sort of like rip off like Slipknot, Mushroom Head sort of bands.
Circus of Dead Squirrels?
I always called it like theatrical metal.
Is that what you said it was called?
Yes, Circus of Dead Squirrels.
I just want to make sure I heard that right.
Yeah, the name was fucking horrible and everything. Like, it was just like, how do people even want to fucking say that out loud and remember it to like look you guys up in any way?
Yeah,
it's a fucking mouthful on top of everything else stupid. And they would dress up like almost like a barbershop quartet or something. Like, it was really fucking weird, dude. But they evidently got like really big, which I didn't realize for a really long time. We used to knew some of the guys in Lygia, if you've heard of them. They had a really great song back in the day that I used to blast all the time because it's so stupid.
No idea.
Wicked old school. Waterfront is like where like that's where we played a bunch. Vanna came up there. Scott Lee, the dude who ran Crimson Management, like all the bands that came out of there years since the storm are dudes I used to party with all the time. From out in like the Suffield area. I forget. I think they say they're from Boston or something now, and they lost their best guitarist to Gift Giver.
I know none of these names.
Oh my god, dude, Gift Giver is like a fucking rip your face off, murder you metal band. Like they're like metal hardcore, just angry as fuck.
Sounds groovy.
Yeah. We'll put some on.
I'm not gonna party with those guys.
Lygia.
Oh, dude, punch you in the face, rape you in the ass, really good stuff.
I mean, if it was the other way around, maybe.
Yeah, punch you in the ass.
Yeah,
yeah.
Lygia had this one really good song that I absolutely loved in high school.
I feel like they have a logo I can't read.
We'll pull it up really quick. No, their logo was surprisingly legible.
It's like thorny, and it's long on the left and right, and it's kind of thin across the middle.
That's more like oh god, why can't I think of it now? Shannon, your crafts already. Holy fuck. Heavy, heavy, low, low. Why couldn't I think of that? Which, again, you guys probably have no fucking clue what I'm talking about.
I was waiting for Jeff to say that first.
I feel like Colin will enjoy this.
Is this what we get cut for tonight?
This is just slutty New England girls.
Is this Girls Gone Wild from 2003? It's the Suicide Girl.
Hang on, Jeff. Listen to the lyrics.
Suicide thoughts.
Oh yeah, we're definitely getting pulled tonight.
This isn't getting copyright struck. Listen. Bitch, use a hoe. It's just about not fucking slutty girls.
It sounds like gardening instructions.
Yeah, that's what it's really about.
Bitch, use a hoe, not a rake.
So imagine gigantic. Imagine gigantic me jumping around and screaming and two-stepping to shit like this.
It sounds like a not very good of Every Time I Die.
Everybody's seen the roast beef underneath. Everybody's been on base, but never me. You're always sleeping around. Use a hoe.
So Blastbeat always knows. Blastbeat says these chicks are soccer moms now.
Dude, New England Metal and Hardcore Fest is at the Palladium, Mitch. If that happens again and you're there, we should fucking meet up, dude, because those are the old stomping grounds.
Simonon, I happen to find soccer moms more attractive as of late.
I love that this is just like, if Beth is still watching this, she knows like 100 ratty girls that are just like these girls in this video. She might even know one of these girls. Who fucking knows? These guys actually used to practice at an old mill in our hometown. Dude, to the next, you're sucking dick. Yeah, that was the good old days. Heavy, heavy, low, low, though, is like a legit grindcore band. That's what I thought of immediately when Ryan was like, I bet you I can't read this band's logo.
Yeah, because that's my brother's scene, and he's always like, dude, check out this band. I'm like, I think you already gave me this one. He's like, no, they're brand new. I'm like, it looks exactly like the band you gave me.
Inhalant abuse? Dude, this stuff, too, is like, I couldn't even get into grindcore back in the day. Our guitarist was nuts about it, and I was just like, I don't know, guys. Yeah, one of the guys just sort of moans.
Is that Pete Davidson?
That'll actually get struck, though, which I am not dealing with. Not worth it. But if you wanted some grindcore, yeah, those were the girls I avoided at every show. Yeah, it's
no,
weird.
She's saying you should be saying that.
Yeah, right.
She's telling you what to say.
Oh no, I did. Beth knows. I'd be the guy with like a gaff pole pushing women away. Like, I was totally anti that, and that's like what like tore the band apart, was all of my idiot friends just wanting to like chase ass constantly. Like anytime we'd get some momentum going, they'd be like, yeah, but the hot girls that want to talk to us.
Anybody into John?
Dude, they're just gonna be soccer moms one day. Sorry, Jeff.
The moaning kills the grind. Exactly. Here, a band that doesn't suck that's local that I know we won't get struck for. My buddy Chris's band.
Killing Your Face with My Dick.
Yeah. Of course. Slap. No, they're like, my buddy Chris went to Berkeley and essentially ended up dropping out when he got there and like started getting, I think it was after his second semester, all of his instructors were like younger than him and didn't like fully understand music theory, and he was like ahead of all of them in his progress. So he dropped out. He was like, I don't know why the fuck I paid for this schooling. It was really bad. I guess the school was in like a weird transition period, but Chris is the guitarist of this band, and he's fucking bonkers.
What up, Silvar? Thanks for joining us.
Oh, Silver Ogre? Oh, I didn't mention it either. We're up to like 600 watch hours after that last video, and we were at 500.
Nice.
So shit is like really flying now. Let me share this really quick because these guys fucking rip.
We're going big time, boys. We're going big time.
The vocals are a little bit weird on this. I think Chris likes to say he's an acquired taste. I've always liked their stuff. With Chris and Phil doing it, they had different vocalists a while ago. This was the band I almost took over vocals for, and they ended up just deciding to have Chris and Phil, the guitarist and bassist, do vocals. But the original two vocalists of this band were another guitarist they had, this kid Pete, and our buddy Mike. And Pete and Mike together are close to essentially my existing range. So I almost came on board for this. But at the time, our band was still a thing, and we were doing like really well and getting hit up for more and more shows. And these guys were they're more like experimental, record a kick-ass album and just sort of sit on it. Where I was like, let's fucking tour. Did I share the audio?
Yep.
It's like I don't know how to turn this down at all, so... But yeah. That shit blasts. And I can't turn it down, sadly. Dying fetus. Spencer as a vocalist somehow makes me think of Candlemass. Got a lot of comparisons to these guys' first album because I sound a lot like Pete, and I evidently, with the screaming stuff, always got comparisons to Jerry Roush from Sky Eats Airplane and Glass Cloud. And
these names.
Yeah, it's all nonsense. And I got some comparisons to what the fuck is the other dude?
Doormat, closet door.
We're called Pencil Cup.
I just audibly answered when Spencer has to be sure. Dude, I do that constantly, especially in Pete's streams, because I've been on them so many times. I'll be like sitting there zoning out watching it. I'm like, yeah, dude. And I'm like, I'm not in there with them right now.
I've done that and didn't realize I did until my wife, who's in the other room playing video games, goes, "You're not on the stream."
Like, if anybody's familiar with Vanna, our buddy Burke did a lot of their later recording and stuff like that. And Within the Ruins, Burke actually did like the album art for one of Within the Ruins' last albums. They did like a whole metal concept album that's like based on comic books, because their vocalist Tim is a huge comic book nerd. Tim actually used to date our friend Amber, who was not a suicide girl. It's like one of the ladies of metal. It's kind of like a sluttier thing. But Tim used to date her, and she introduced us to him, and Tim like really liked our stuff. So we had Tim from Within the Ruins, and holy shit, why can't I remember his name now? Oh my god, I think it's Ricky from This or the Apocalypse.
Just don't go for it.
We had both of them lined up, and Garrett Rapp from The Color Morale to do guest vocals on an album, and that was like around the time our drummer got crazy with heroin, and it just all sort of fell apart. Vanna plays in Austin a lot. Yeah, Vanna gets around, man. I was actually just listening to my old roommate showed me the original lineup of Vanna just got back together. I forget what the fuck it's called. they have like a new name and everything, but it's the original lineup with the vocalist from back in the day, and that's one of the dudes who I've been compared to as well as their old vocalist. But it's just we did very, very trashy hardcore. I was drunk a lot of the time. We didn't care about being pretty and fancy. We were just trying to have a good time and fucking be really loud and get people going. And I was writing about like near-death experiences and getting fucked up on acid. Ricky Armelino, exactly. Yeah, he's a kick-ass dude. Armanillo, Jesus, I fucking butchered that. In spirit.
Mitch kind of looks like Josh Barnett in that picture.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes, he does.
I was like, he looks like a dude in another. I haven't been able to place it yet, but a band we used to play with a lot. Years Since the Storm was fucking metal. Those dudes are great. I think I did mention them in that blur of craziness, but they're technically second vocalist, but their first vocalist that anybody knows of, Joey Baumgarten, was like this little like 90-pound kid who could scream like a goddamn demon. Still Waters is still like one of the fucking wildest songs ever, but they got signed with a big label. That's the one who they lost their guitarist to Gift Giver, Eric Snapper, whose mother has cooked me dinner. Shout out to Mrs. Snapper.
Oh, okay. I thought Eric Snapper was a band. I'm getting so lost.
And their merch guy, Aaron Shalanskis, who is...
That's the name of the band, the merch guy, Aaron Shalanskis.
Yeah, they were super metal. Those dudes shred. I'm shocked. You guys are so uneducated when it comes to death metal and post-hardcore and the New England hardcore scene in general. Come on, guys. Years Since the Storm, Still Waters.
Have you guys heard of the obscure rocker known as Lars Ulrich?
Oh, yeah. New song 2010. Is this the Joey Baumgarten cut? Can we hear a little 90-pound scene kid scream like Satan? This is going to be a fun night. You are slinging names like Fragga slings names. Yeah, it's all music tonight, though. I can get down on some comic stuff eventually, too. But for some reason... I've been listening to heavy shit all week while I'm writing, trying to get this stuff done. And something sparked this walk down memory lane, so we'll check it out. The Lygia, man. This shit, though. Did I share the audio?
Don't know yet.
Can you hear that?
Nope.
I can hear it.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah, this shit is brilliant, but like heavy as fuck. Jeff, if I'm not listening to instrumental shit, this is the kind of shit I'm listening to while I'm working. The good old days. This was 10 years ago.
Killswitch.
Oh man, this would make Killswitch shit its pants. We used to see them all the time too, because Adam D like helped with Crimson management a bunch, and they'd always be at the Palladium. Yeah, Adam D's studio is only like an hour from where I live. Yeah, this little kid right here who looks like he's like 10 years old is Joey. Snapper right there. Yeah.
Jesse Leach greater than Howard Jones, Blast Beat says.
Also says, Where Owls Know My Name is like the greatest album of all time.
That sounds like a Cartoon Network show.
Next up, the incredibly diverse Where Owls Know My Name Is.
Canceled.
Spencer might know this. Simon asks, does Chthonic still exist?
That's not even heavy. That's middle of the road shit.
It sounds like he's more interested.
Poser.
But it does sound like he's more interested in the hot bass Asian chick.
Ooh.
I was in a band with a bass player, female bass player, and then she went on to be in Smashing Pumpkins.
What?
Oh shit! Her name was Billy Corgan.
It's been a long road.
That was their second bass player, Ginger.
My buddy Brandon is nuts for that band, and I don't think I've ever even heard of them. Rivers of Nile, right? I'm saying that
I've heard of them. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, my boy B-Dance, if you're out there, you madman. Yeah, he's like them. Rings of Saturn. Chris from that Mount Meridian band. I wish I could play more of their shit, but it's so loud on Bandcamp. Definitely go check out Mount Meridian at bandcamp.com. Their early stuff is more post-hardcore and has a different vocalists, but they're awesome. And I think the shit is like pay what you want. I might be wrong about that, but they were great. That band is like when I moved out here, this band, The Thing at the Top of the Stairs, that you can't even find like anywhere anymore. They split up, and half of the band went and started Mount Meridian, and the other half became the band that we all started. And it was the best of times. No, that was like Ryan was saying before. It's like hard to remember a lot of that shit, and it just got absolutely out of control as time went on.
Last week, I saw Rivers of Nile open for Devil Driver and Whitechapel. They schooled both of the headliners.
Oh man, Devil
Isn't
Driver.
back together now?
I haven't heard in forever, and Whitechapel is fucking bonkers.
Didn't they end Devil Driver and he went back to Cold Chamber? Am I wrong?
You might be right about that. I'm not too well versed in.
I was never into either one of them, honestly, but I remember hearing that.
Yeah, I'm more like that too. Like I mean, I could probably still like do some heavy shit, but I like to be more coherent. It was like I was young and angry back then. It was easy to fucking like get really fucking out of control when you're like young and pissed off like that about just like about everything pretty much. And someone's like, yeah, we're gonna fucking pay you to get on stage tonight. Just fucking do whatever you want for 45 minutes. And we would do it. Just happened to be some music in the background. But yeah, we got to a point where like we were making somewhat sustainable money. Like it was just like we'd only do one show on a weekend or whatever. But if we were like playing shows every night and making that money, we could have done it just off of the money we were making playing shows, because we were like making good money and promoters were actually paying us, where that wasn't common where we were. Like you got stiffed a lot early on when you weren't bringing in a crowd. And then all of a sudden it was like year and a half into it, we actually have people showing up constantly, and it's like regularly we have a full crowd of fucking people. I started having people recognize me at my job and shit, and it was getting weird. But yeah, like good times.
I'm with Mitch. I need melody now that I've gotten older.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I think
I also
This or the Apocalypse, one of their last albums, was one of the closer to what I'd be into nowadays, doing something like that where it's still got some heavy shit, but they have some great melodic parts as well.
I get bored by a lot of like modern metal bands where it's just like nonstop, double bass drum, just heavy throughout. Like yeah. I need like peaks and valleys. I need to take me down, and then when you hit that breakdown, it actually like it's impactful.
That was like the only thing we consciously thought about was like we really like wrote our set to be something where it was like, all right, there's a build up and everything. There's early payoff where like people throw down for a little bit, it'll slow down. You get a little bit of a breather in the middle. And then we just went ape shit for like the last 10 minutes of our set. And it would be like all out chaos. But it's like, if you don't think about that actively and just sort of slap shit together, you can completely ruin like a whole set for people. People just clear out. That's why I was like, I never really liked like fucking speed metal and shit like that, where the show is just like a constant heart attack the whole way through and nothing ever calms the fuck down for a moment. Like,
right.
After a while, you're just like, all right, I'm like overwhelmed. I need to just like walk away for a minute and come back to this.
Oh, me and Mitch are kind of close. I love Stoner and Stoner and doom metal.
Hello,
yeah, guys, watch out!
Stooners.
Jeff does weed.
I'm totally cool, guys. I like Stoner too. No, I'm like really into Stoner and doom metal. I listen to a lot of doom metal.
Just blast this. Lots of doom metal. Yeah, not going to elaborate on it.
No, well, I'm just saying. I just like,
that's Jeff's little secret.
Electric Wizard. There you go. That one for you.
William says, spoken like a true Stooner.
Uncle Acid, I'm really big into right now. Anybody listen to them?
Have you guys heard of these dudes?
Nope.
Truck Fighters?
No, I was hearing the band that Jeff was talking about, but
Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer is from Virginia. They're from Alexandria. Sleep's classic.
Hell yeah.
Wind Hand.
Mitch gets it.
Finally, bands I actually know of.
Dude, Jeff, I think you would dig these guys.
I don't know those guys.
They're kind of like Queens of the Stone Age vibe.
Dude, Queens of the Stone Age were one of those bands. We went to the Glass House in Pomona here in California to see Bad Religion play. This is in like 99. And Queens of the Stone Age was this like unknown opener. And they just destroyed the place. There were like 5 fights. The security had to break up. They ripped the place to shreds like physically and with music. And then Bad Religion, who I love, seemed so boring afterwards. It's like,
yeah.
All right,
Can't
cool,
top that.
great, Bad Religion. Oh, way to play your hits.
Deep down, I would love, like, if I knew some dudes that were trying to groove like this, I would love to do something like this nowadays, just because I am such a old hippie pothead at this point.
Blast Beat, The Sword. I love The Sword. I always listen to Freya when I go for my runs.
The other end of the spectrum. High on Fire. Yeah, again, that's another one where, like, kind of similar vibes and definitely stoner metal. And I had a buddy who was super into them, but I never got into them. They were one of those ones where, like, they would come on really late on, like, Headbangers Ball and shit. And I'd be like, oh, what's this? And then just black out for the night. Like,
have you listened to Uncle Acid?
I think you are the one who showed me them.
They're pretty awesome.
Things come and go. Yeah, it's fucking my brother and our old roommate were crazy about Caius and fucking still about Queens of the Stone Age. That was like all I used to fucking hear in our apartment, or trap music, which is just the weirdest spectrum to be in. Like, trap and mumble music, rap, really? Or just like really fucking good rock and roll. Like, it's just like, this is so strange. We'd get into spats of just nothing but talking heads. And then probably some shit that I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff loved it, but my old roommate was fucking nuts about Typo Negative.
I've never been big on Typo Negative. To be honest with you.
You just redeemed yourself in my eyes.
No, I don't really like Peter Steele's voice.
What up, Ranger? Or Tinian?
I do like the sing. Shit. What's their main song? Fucking black, number one.
Queens gets too weird for me. That's the thing is like I'm not
It's
like
so annoying,
diehard
right?
about all of their stuff. It's real 50-50 for me. Like
Eagles of Death Metal is awesome. I've never been to Queens of
That's
Stone
the
Age, but I
weird
like
thing
Eagles
is
of Death Metal.
Eagles of Death Metal is like weird in another direction, and I almost enjoy it more.
Oh, they're awesome. And the lead singer, what's his name? Fucking
huge typo. See, that's what it is.
forget his name.
Everyone I meet is either diehard Typo Negative fan or is like, nah, I like don't even know who that band is, or like fuck that band. It's so weird. I could not get into them. Like it was like waterboarding me when my roommate would put that shit on, and it would be like, we've been listening to Talking Heads for like a week straight, just like dancing around the apartment. Everybody like, we should get big suits so our heads look tiny. And then he's just like, Typo Negative time, and I'd like lock myself in my bedroom.
You know what ruined them for me is they get a little too silly for me. Like when you have a song and you're like Nosferatu, that just it killed the song for me. Like this is dorky now. This isn't scary and dark.
Hell yeah, William. Oh, Adam Warlock. Did I not say hi to you, man? Did you just pop in here? What's up, man?
There's a newer band. They've been around for a few years called Hangman's Chair, and they're really cool.
Sisters of Mercy, I've genuinely never heard of. That's what
They're on. I found out about them because of The Guest. They're on the soundtrack to that.
Oh, okay. Then I have heard of them and didn't realize. I was gonna say that almost sounds like the one we made up for the City of Rot stuff early on.
Oh my god! I actually know what you guys are talking about. Oh, thank God.
The Sirens of Violence.
Emily, which is a really great song. That's a good one.
Emily?
Yeah, it's on the movie. The Guest had a great soundtrack, by the way. Like every song on there is awesome.
That's Simon Barrett again, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're constantly talking about him. We love you, Simon. If you see this. They played Lollapalooza a million years ago. That's red. I can't wait for the world to get back to normal so we can do shit like that again and not have to hear everybody bitch about it. Not necessarily Lollapalooza, but just big gatherings of dope shit. Architects is doing like a live show, I think like this coming week. And I love those dudes. My buddy Burke, actually, who I was talking about before, has done guest vocals with them at a bunch of shows. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of In the Direction of the Sun. They were a local band from around here that got pretty big. Them and my buddy Burke and a couple members of Burke's old band In Numbers started like a new band called Dope Ghost. They were pretty cool too.
Emma was the name of the Sisters of Mercy song. I was thinking Emily.
But yeah, those dudes, Burke used to get on stage with a bunch of dudes like at Warped Tour and do fucking guest vocals all the time. And just be like, oh, there's Burke again, singing with all my favorite bands.
I find it really hard though to like find a lot of new bands or like to really stay into newer bands because like now it's all through Spotify, whereas like back in the day it was always, you know, you go to the store, you buy the CD, you own it, you pour through the jacket, and you know, you really kind of develop like a bond with the relationship, you know, with the band, just because you're spending hard-earned money. And now it's just like you put on Spotify or Pandora and you hear a cool song, you're like, and it just kind of comes back on, but you don't really like. There's a lot of songs I don't even know what band is playing them. I'm just like, I have them saved.
Yeah, I want that motherfucking packaging.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Blast Beat, this would sound like a nightmare to like 15, 16-year-old Spencer if you told him this lineup. But now I'm like, oh man, that sounds like a cool show. Like that'd be fucking
not current Boss Tones, but old Boss Tones.
Oh yeah, no, like back then, that's what I'm saying.
Primus is awesome. I love Primus.
Other than Primus, I would have been like, back in the day, I would have been like, fuck that show. I don't got time for that. Like, and I'm like, no, that would be wicked
with an aluminum baseball bat. My name is Mud.
But obviously, you know, I was like a fucking 5-year-old at that point, so I was not doing anything cool.
I
gotta head out, dudes. Take it easy. Take it
Later,
easy,
dude.
William C. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us, man.
I don't know what genre you would consider them, but Church of the Cosmic Skull is another great band.
Is that fucking...
It's like a weird, like,
they're like a 70s band, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're not from the 70s, they feel like.
Yeah, no, I always fucking mix up the name, all dyslexic and weird, but yeah, the evil in your eye, dude. I fucking love this band.
Oh, great song.
Yeah, I showed these guys to Beth, and Beth was like, "Where the fuck did you find this?" I was like, "YouTube just suggested it to me one day, and it's perfect."
Yeah, and it's like the most evil like lyrics too. Like it sounds all nice at some point. You know, like all their songs kind of sound like beautiful and nice, and then it's like you actually look at the lyrics and they're pretty evil.
Yeah, it's great.
Which I love. I love that mixture of things, you know.
And that like 70s like porn groove is just like bury me in that. I'm totally cool with that. A whole Rush album live with Clutch, then COVID. That sounds insane. That's another one. Clutch and I mean Primus to not so much Rush, but them and Clutch. My buddy TJ, who we lived with for a while, fucking nuts about them. Like I feel like Talking Heads was probably the only band where we were both like, yeah, we both love these guys, and then everything else was like trying to convince the other one to like something. It was just like not gonna happen. Oh, dude, fucking Deftones was another one though that we agreed on for sure. That was actually the last show I think I went to. My girlfriend's dad randomly surprised me with tickets to a Deftones show at Mohegan Sun. And
I feel like they were one of like the few bands of that time period to actually progress. You know, like you can still go back and listen to their old stuff because they were always kind of the dark horse band.
Do the same thing, like,
and you know they had like a sophistication to their sound, but they were lumped in with like the Limp Bizkits and everything. So I never listened to them because I didn't care about that kind of stuff. And then years later, it's like, oh wow, this band's amazing.
Yeah,
but they came in on a scene with all those, you know, new metal bands.
I was gonna say though, I have not heard the new Deftones. I think I heard a track of it. The singer guitar player's solo band is evidently much better in the Church of the Cosmic Skull.
I didn't know anything about it.
Bill Fisher, Mass Hypnosis, and the Dark Triad, I'm assuming is that same guy, which is cool as fuck.
Cool. I will check
cool
them out.
If true. Ohms is what it's called. The new Deftones.
All right. Well, here's a good question.
I don't understand renting your music. Yeah. Ryan's just like floating through right now trying to...
How does everybody feel about Deaf Heaven? Because I know they're controversial. I like them. But I know a lot of people hate them.
What did you say?
Deaf Heaven?
Oh.
Whoa, wait. Did you just delete my message?
What message?
No. Oh, I think I don't know. I must have used a word. This is message deleted by the Google moderator team.
What?
I was joking back and forth. I was agreeing on something with Blastbeat. I said, okay, I like Let's Face It. And I named a couple of the songs from the album and hit send, and it's like message deleted by the Google moderator team.
What the fuck?
That's weird.
Oh, yeah, Silver Ogre, the cult. The cult's great.
That's really weird if YouTube is straight up monitoring just comments in a live stream now too. In Spirit is the new band with Old Vanna. That is the band I was trying to think of earlier. Which
Tyon Ranger, ever hear Rob Halford's side band 2? I guess just 2? No. I've never been a fan of Halford or Judas Priest. Don't hate him or anything, but just not a fan of the music. His voice.
Well, so you're a voiceophobe.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear your shit.
I knew there's something about you I didn't like, Jeff.
It has nothing to do with the fact that he likes to fuck dudes. I'm cool with that shit. It's his voice I don't like. Stay out of my parts.
He brought us assless chaps.
Yeah, you wanna hear a guy who screams like I do? Since Beth just cleared up what the band was. This is closer to what we did since I don't have any recordings of me. Imagine this but fat.
I can't get you out of those hot pants in my head, so I'm stuck there.
Like, that is very close to my range. And that is basically what we looked like, but with a fat guy as the front man. Tighter pants.
Yeah, some very coordinated bouncing. Got a lot of neck stubble.
Yeah, these dudes are like used to see them constantly. If you've been to the waterfront, you've probably seen all of these guys a million times.
Tyon Ranger 2 is more goth, industrial, just weird in comparison to Priest. Blast Beat, Metallica, Candlebox, Danzig, and Fight in Houston in 1994.
But
Fight was Halford's fake Pantera band. I had no idea about that.
We told people we were a thrash hardcore band because at the time other hardcore bands were doing lots of like really clean coordinated shit and like really cookie cutter shit, and I would just sort of get up and scream and go fucking nuts. Which is now like become like the really cool thing to do, is be more gritty and less like overproduced. Like Vanna's last album before they broke up was just like, we're not gonna fucking mix down the vocalist vocals at all. It's just gonna be like his raw track over like really cleanly mixed fucking instrumentals, and that became like the cool thing for a while. Bunch of Rise Records bands did all that shit. My buddy Burke, who had like a cookie cutter hardcore band and eventually broke it up and started Dope Ghost, which was like a get drunk and fucking party metal band. Good times. None of you weirdos
Dope
like Municipal
Ghost.
Waste. That's another one. I feel like they used to come around here a lot. Definitely a huge scene for it around here, but I didn't really listen to them. I've heard that about Judas Priest too, and I've never seen them live, but they fucking are wild.
Yeah, I've heard they put on a great show and Iron Maiden and stuff, but
was
just not into either one.
Iron Maiden as well.
I mean, I like the Trooper, but not really into anything else by Maiden.
So Jeff wants the Trooper to take him from behind.
No, that was the other band. That's Judas Priest takes you from behind.
Danzig.
Hell yeah, Danzig's awesome.
He can fuck me any day.
I had to give him a stool.
Doing it right now.
I have to give him a stool until he can do it, but
yeah, all right. Hang on, you gotta help me up on it.
I gotta suck his gut in.
Brother. Maiden rules. Don't hold back, Jobu. Tell us how you really feel. AC/DC, hell yeah. AC/DC is one of those bands that feels like it should be a joke band, but it isn't, and it still gets you really hyped. Like, I feel like when you're the right amount of drunk, any AC/DC song can come on and you're ready to just like smash drywall and fucking party.
Yeah, like every AC/DC song sounds exactly the same, but they're all fun, so it doesn't matter.
It's insane. I'm like, why do I just want to
blur together?
Why do I want to smash this bottle on the ground and fucking scream right now? Like, it's a primal urge band, I'd say AC/DC is.
But now aren't like half of them dead?
Probably. Who knows? But that bums me out.
I thought you said some song title. I'm like, wait, half of who dead? And I'm like, oh, that's what he said. Damn, yeah.
The name is a bi reference, like kissing dudes and chicks. All chicks and dude chicks. That's what AC/DC stands for.
Mitch, Armored fucking Saint has been my jam lately. I've never listened to Armored Saint. I've always heard of him, never listened to him.
I was gonna say again, another one I've heard of and never listened to. I feel like I got them like suggested to me on something.
Well, like when I was first getting into metal and stuff, I was buying like every thrash metal band I could, and like Anthrax I couldn't get into. I bought their albums and I was like, yeah, it's just okay.
I'm like writing a bunch of shit down constantly.
And I never really got into Megadeth either. They were a little too technical for me.
That's how I felt. I'm not big on any metals, but my friends were all metalheads.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I always thought Mustaine was just too technical. Like, he's obviously good.
Like, didn't he like fall asleep on his hand or some shit and fuck himself up for a while?
He was a like alcoholic. He probably put his hand that way.
I thought he like fell asleep on it while he was all drunk, and it like he did like a bunch of nerve damage to it and had to like retrain himself to play. Wasn't that him?
I don't think so. I mean, it might have been. I don't know, but I don't remember.
I could have sworn it was him.
I remember him like always getting drunk and beating the shit out of the Metallica guys. That's why he finally kicked him out of the band.
That's rad too. Just bitches, learn how to play guitar better.
He's just picking on Lars. Why are you so ugly?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him that did that.
You gotta go, Dave. Okay.
Was it a motorcycle crash? Then it must be some other guy. There's one of them that sucks. If it was a motorcycle crash, I'm just like, this idiot. Dave crashed a motorcycle and got nerve damage. All right, then it's someone else then, because I thought
that's a lot cooler than just sitting on your hand.
Yeah, like, well, no, it was like this crazy story where they had gotten like obliterated drunk and fallen asleep on it and had to like retrain their arm.
Adam Warlock, my birthday is on the same day as Tom Araya from Slayer and Damien from The Omen. Slayer used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. Rain Blood, like it was just like, when I was first getting into metal.
No, it isn't. While at rehab, Mustaine suffered an injury causing severe nerve damage to his left arm. The injury induced by falling asleep with his left arm over the back of a chair caused compression of the radial nerve. Yeah, it was after his accident, but the damage was done from him getting fucked up and passing out with his arm over a chair. Like I watched a video of him telling the story, and he's like regrets it greatly, but he's like a fucking mess at the time. Just got over cancer. Yeah, well, so it was basically both. He wouldn't have fucking done it if he hadn't gotten in the accident. But yeah, like I remember hearing that story for the first time and being like, what an asshole. Like you're like arguably like the greatest or one of the greatest guitarists of your time, and you pass out with your arm over a chair and basically murder your career.
Oh, like, yes, rip Cliff Burton.
And how many dudes do you think were like, come on, man, how hard were you beaten off? Who was fucking white? I can never remember his name.
Did you see when Megadeth finally won a Grammy?
And played for Ozzy back in the day.
Randy Rhoads?
Yes, Jesus, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Did you see when Megadeth won their Grammy? And it was like, when they were doing the Grammys, the awards that aren't being shown on TV, and they had to like walk over wires and around the stage men to get to the stage, and they played Metallica the whole time they walked up to the stage.
Oh.
It was the most embarrassing, awful thing. It's like the Grammys just fucking, just fucking hate metal. That's all you can say. Like, don't even bother going.
Yeah, why I couldn't think of Randy
really
Rhoads.
Funny though.
Fucking, there's an awesome video of them. I forget what they were on, but they were on some show and they played. I think it was Crazy Train live. And Randy Rhoads just looks fucking loaded, just shredding, like having the time of his life. He doesn't seem to care what anyone else is doing. Flying high again.
Great writer.
Dude. Amazing. Dimebag, hell yeah. I still remember like when that dude got shot. That was wild.
Oh yeah. I was at work when I found out it happened. Pumped as shit.
I remember we had a weird ass experience actually at the Webster Theater we were talking about. Like 2 years after he got shot, we were there and we just found a dime bag pick on the ground and we were like, "This is a sign." Our guitarist was like, "I'm gonna play with this all the fucking time." It reminds me of a friend. He used to sing the chorus from song "Killers" from a French band named Killers as "Kill Lars, Kill Lars." That's uncomfortable.
That's funny.
Never got into Pantera. Yeah,
that was it. He just tricked you into a death curse.
My buddies were. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, see, you see it now.
Yeah, they're just like, I am so fucking retarded. Like, oh god damn it! I wasn't like a nuts about Pantera or Slayer, but I don't mind them.
I love Pantera.
I feel like I got to a point where I was just like, I was listening to like the dumbest, weirdest, like black metal and weird shit, and just got all burnt out on shit like that. Seen him in Pittsburgh with Damage Plan just a few days before he got killed. Yeah, that's fucking wild.
But you know what? Damage Plan fucking sucked. I wanted to like it so much. I bought the album and it was sad. I was like, oh, this is just like, it was like, once the band split, Phil everything Phil does is amazing to me. But everything that the Abbott brothers did afterwards, just paled in comparison. Sadly.
This has been such a discussion. Jesus.
Down's great. Down's
such a
amazing.
Great discussion tonight.
But
Down's another one. That was like all the goth chicks at school were crazy into them.
Really? Temptations Wings, one of my favorite songs.
Down. Did you mention Coal Chamber earlier? Didn't you?
Yeah. I mentioned them.
Yeah.
Or someone did, yeah.
Yeah, somebody mentioned Double Driver, and that had me asking.
Yeah, a couple other bands. Like I just remember all the goth chicks. Like Down. What was that really gay band? It's another like one-word band name.
Him?
Cold?
Oh, Cold. I remember Cold.
Is that what they were called?
Yeah.
I think so. Did they have like a bald vocalist who looked like a dickbag?
Yeah, he wore a dress and he was friends with Rivers Cuomo.
Yes. So Cold was another one that all the goth girls liked, and I could never get into them.
I'm surprised Down, though, because Down is still kind of like, big, burly, tattooed dudes.
Yeah.
It's not really goth music at all.
But it was like... this is like goth chicks in the mid 2000s. Like it was a wider spectrum at this point. It's probably more like scene chicks, and I feel like a lot of chicks back then were just wearing shirts and shit like that to get the attention of all the fucking chuddy idiots that we were. Year of the Spider. It took me a while to remember that band's name. Is that the album? Like,
yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, how do you even remember that?
Oh shit! Now it's going back to like my senior year of high school. We can
Cold
Flaw now.
13 Ways to Bleed on stage. Okay, so just don't listen to that album that we all know them from.
Blastbeat says, Jeff, the Abbott brothers were a bar band before Phil Anselmo and were a bar band after Phil Anselmo. Damn,
that's excellent.
Sad but true.
Breaking facts from Blastbeat.
Right, this turned into
it's crazy because like they were some of the greatest musicians metal's ever had, and then when they went and did their own thing, it was just
that was also because it was like the renaissance of like dudes being like rock stars again. Like it was very much that for some reason, man, like living fast and dying violently is like the way to get just the best music out of people, and it's insane, but it's fucking tried and true for some reason. Like,
and like crazily, Phil's the one that survived, the one that sounds like, he eats concrete every morning
Yeah,
gets in fights and everything.
It's bonkers, but like if you see old footage of Dimebag and shit, that dude was just always down for a party and wasn't gonna say no to shit.
Oh,
like
famously.
It's insane.
Crowbar's great, yeah.
I was sort of like that at a point in time, but I feel like that dude definitely took it to another level and probably didn't have a holy trinity of things he would say no to. There is the 27 Club. Oh yeah, I could go all fucking night long with that. Is he technically a part of that? Was he 27? I thought he was older at that point.
Wait,
I turned 28 when I knew I wasn't going to make it.
Dimebag, I think, was 27.
Was he?
I can't. I mean, really? I mean, I don't know.
That'd be bonkers. He looked like 100.
Seriously.
Are the rumors of Phil and Kerry King forming a new band true? I don't know, but I mean, Phil has like 16 bands, so who knows? A guy with the nickname Dimebag was a partier, you don't say.
Yeah, right. Crazy.
I also love Zakk Wylde. You know, it's really weird. I watched a documentary about Ozzy Osbourne not too long ago. I think it was on BBC, and they didn't talk about Zakk Wylde at all.
Wait, you watched a documentary on what?
Ozzy.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
Like his whole, life story and stuff. And they talked about, obviously, Randy Rhoads and everything.
Well, did they have like a falling out? Because I don't even think Zakk plays for him anymore now.
But he still calls him, his best friend, and they're still good buddies. And every once in a while, he'll do shows with him. But he wasn't invited onto the new album, and they didn't mention him. They didn't even show pictures of him. It was so weird. It's like, his closest collaborator for the last 2 decades or whatever it's been.
Yeah, I've probably seen Ozzy live more with Zakk than any other band, which is really weird to say because I'm not even that big of an Ozzy fan. Ozfest just used to always come to Hartford back in the day.
I wonder if there's some legality.
Zakk wasn't good for Ozzy's rehab.
But now Zakk isn't drinking either. He can't. His liver's fucked.
I was gonna say he's sober.
Yeah,
or dead.
Yeah, you cut off people though, even if they're going through it or going through people tend to cut the people that were.
Yeah, and most programs are going to tell you they don't want you hanging out and being friendly with other addicts.
Yeah, that's
one
why I
of you
lost
starts
a lot of
slipping,
friends.
The other one will. Yeah, it's real fun.
I saw an interview with I forget his fucking name. He was Ozzy's guitarist after Randy Rhoads. Oh damn, I can't remember his name. But he was telling stories, and so was one of Ozzy's former.
That fucking Igve or whatever, that Malmsteen.
No, he was never with Ozzy.
Did he play with Ozzy?
No, it was fucking Justice or something. I can't remember his fucking name.
Why did I think
they were telling all these? Oh, it might have been Jakey Lee. I thought it was something else though.
Jakey Lee sounds like a joke name.
But he was basically telling stories about how Sharon would go around and fuck around on Ozzy. And then
shocker.
Just tell Ozzy that somebody messed up, and then Ozzy would go beat the shit out of the guy.
Damn.
But it was always her just doing shit behind his back.
Hussing it up.
Women.
Am I right?
I think Ozzy bit a dude one time or something. He bit his nose.
Bit his wiener off. I'm gonna go.
Stage.
Yeah, Igwe. Igwe. I'm pretty drunk. Ronnie James Dio. Yes, he was.
Yes, he was Ozzy's guitarist.
Briefly, he was Ozzy.
He just sings the guitar noises
in Ozzy's band. Yes. A whittly whittly woo. Yeah, I need to grab another drink. So
Dio seems like one of the coolest people to meet, though.
Yeah, especially now that he won't talk a lot. He's probably a great listener.
I agree, Mitch. Me and Mitch.
I was gonna say, I never thought he was that cool, and he's a super turbo douche.
Yeah,
he just seemed like he wouldn't even be cool to hang out with.
No, everybody hates him.
where Randy Rhoads looks like a dude you could throw a beer at him from like any corner of the room where he can't even see you and he would still catch it. Like, that's a cool fucking guy. But yeah, I need to go get myself another beverage. Hold it down, boys.
Go get your beverage. Yeah, I never liked Yngwie Malmsteen. I don't really like any of those instrumental metal albums. I need some kind of vocals in them. Never like Steve
Joe
Vai.
Satriani.
Yeah, not into Joe Satriani either. I mean, I don't have anything against him, but it's just that kind of music just gets boring to me.
He's got that album with the. Yeah, I agree. He's got that album with the Silver Surfer cover, and as a kid, everyone was like, "Oh, you like comics? You're gonna like this." I'm like, "Oh, do I have to?"
Yeah.
like.
And there's a thing where Yngwie, Steve Vai, Satriani, Zakk Wylde, like all these famous guitarists will play shows together, and it's just all of them playing solos. Like,
yeah,
that just seems so boring.
It's like a guitar masturbation fest.
Yeah.
They're like, hey guys, let's just all whip them out and slap them around. I'd be in the crowd. I'm like, anyone else? This is weird to anyone else?
Can we get a little rhythm guitar, please?
Somebody sing something, damn it.
Just James Hetfield steps up. All right, hold on a second. Bam, bam, boom, 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 boom.
I remember when I was like, I don't know, it was like my early 20s, we saw some documentary on the making of the Black Album. And it was still when you thought, I don't know, I was still kind of in that age, not even early 20s. It was 18, 19. It was still that age where you're like, guys like James Hetfield are just, they just rock, they're tough, they know how to be tough and cool like that. And then in this documentary in the making of the Black Album, it showed him doing like warm-up vocals, and he's like, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da, 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 da. And I was like, what? No way! I thought this guy was cool. He does vocal warm-ups and sings the I almost said The Hills Have Eyes. The Sound of Music song. What the hell? And yeah, and that kind of like shattered the reality. I'm like, oh, you have to practice to be cool too, and like to be that good and be cool, you have to like practice and warm up and stuff.
Right.
It's like, oh. But yeah, I just remember that moment where he started singing the scales with like a hot towel over his head and stuff. I was like, what a wuss.
Did you watch what was their documentary, Some Kind of Monster?
No, I didn't see that yet.
Oh, you didn't? You didn't see it yet? Like 20 years ago?
No.
I'm getting around.
Oh wait,
to it.
no, I thought there was I might have seen it. Sorry, I thought that was one from further back. No, I may have seen that shit. I don't know.
I don't know. Making Saint Anger, and they all went to therapy and shit.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's great. It's just them, just like like you said, like you expect like the tough metal band guys, and it's like, gosh, guys, like we don't get along anymore. Oh, for that 2 hours.
That sounds like that should have been a Spinal Tap movie.
It basically is. And like poor Kirk Hammett, like there's no solos on Saint Anger, and he's just so annoyed by it.
Oh, that's like his thing.
Yeah, they're like, this is my one thing, guys.
Yeah. Damn. He like clipped his wings, guys.
I'm actually a Saint Anger apologist. I like that album. I don't know if anybody else does, but I do.
I don't know. As someone who's not like, I don't dislike them, but I'm not necessarily a fan. It was the least interesting to me, but that's also probably because my friends that are big into them played it the least. And sometimes there's been times with bands I like where I'll listen to an album the first time and I'm just like, oh, there you go. And I'll be like, oh, that was okay. And then I listen to it a second time and I'm like, okay, now I love it. So I'm always up for giving stuff a second chance, especially if I've only heard it once.
Yeah, they were like my first band I got into. I just remember hearing them on the radio. It was Enter Sandman, and I was like, this just sounds so scary. Like I never heard anything like this before. Like they're saying my prayer before I go to bed, and just like I have to find out what this band is. And I went to the store and bought the Black album. And I was telling my cousin I bought it, and she's like, "What album did you get?" I was like, "I don't know. It just says Metallica and it's black." And she's like, "The Black album?" Like, yeah, totally, awesome, yeah, definitely. Well, yep, just testing you.
I knew that. Yeah. Metal test. Yeah, One was the first song that drew my attention or got my attention. And that it was kind of in that same sense where it was like, oh, this song is like creepy and dark, and the video was super fucked up.
Yeah,
you know the video, right?
Of course,
the soldier and stuff. Like, if I can't feel your body and you're trapped, you're alive, but you can't move and you can't communicate with people. And like, yeah, at a young age, I was like, that's so scary. And then 10 seconds later, I'm like, I want to play this song. It was like, I'm like, oh, so that's what's cool about metal, is it's supposed to be on the edge, sort of, but you're still supposed to want to fuck with it.
But that song too is also like what I was trying to say about the kind of metal and like heavy music I like, where that song is very like almost classically beautiful for a lot of it. And then when the heavy parts come in, they're out of nowhere. Like they're so much heavier than everything else was before it. And so by the end of the song, when they go in, it's just it's almost like in horror movies. I can't remember, I think it was John Carpenter or somebody that said like once the horror starts, it shouldn't end. It's just get progressively, harsher and scarier. And that's kind of how that song goes. Like it's very soft and delicate in the beginning, and it almost seems like it's gonna be a nice song, like a beautiful song, and then it just gets super heavy. And by the end of it, it's just, darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's the stuff your mom's like, what? Oh no. You're like, no, Mom, it's all right. This song makes me feel better about that stuff.
This song makes me feel things.
Yeah.
What we got up here? I saw people talking and I missed it.
Oh yeah, I'm working, so I haven't done
I pretend like Saint Anger didn't happen by Blast Beat. I get it. I mean, it's the thing that I love about Metallica is that they've always tried new things. They've always tried new sounds, and every album is completely different. Like Slayer's cool, but you have one Slayer album and that's all you need, because every Slayer album sounds the same. And it's just, in my opinion. I'm not saying they're bad or anything, but to me it gets boring. And like Metallica is almost kind of like David Bowie, not to that extreme where it's like completely different persona, but I've always liked it and appreciated that they tried new things out. So Saint Anger, a lot of people hated all the different things they were trying, like the steel bass drum or whatever it was. I liked it just because I thought it was unique. I wish they did have like guitar solos and stuff in it, because I think some of those songs would actually be like really loved now. Like Unnamed Feeling is a really great song, but if it just had that guitar solo, it would be amazing.
I honestly think that's kind of what crippled that album, is it was like Metallica. That was the one thing that was like the last bastion of like 80s 90s metal too, was that like, yeah, these guys still fucking rock out solos. That's the one thing that I think, like, as a local band, we worked out really well, because we had a great guitarist who actually did solos. So like a bunch of our songs had solos in them, which wasn't really a thing in like hardcore and metal at that point in time. But that's always such a big thing, and I always fucking forget that album doesn't really have many.
It doesn't have any.
It doesn't have any?
No, there's none. That was like their rule. They were going to have no guitar solos, like poor Kirk Hammett. He's just like, oh, come on, guys.
Yeah, you're not allowed to be in the band anymore. You're fucking dwarfing all of us.
And I've always felt, too, like Rob Trujillo has been in the band as the bassist for like longer than Newsted and Cliff Burton, but he's never felt like the bassist for Metallica for me. He's always just been some dude who just happens to be in Metallica.
The studio band guy with the
like he's great. Nothing bad about him, but it's just like he's never felt like the Metallica bassist. It's always like, oh yeah, we hired this guy to play for us.
The dude with the two braids too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he played with Ozzy also.
He looks like a random like cholo dude they hired as like a studio artist.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I was saying. It's like, yeah, we hired him for like the next 20 years.
I just remember like way back in the day when I was a kid. Oh, what is that fucking song? They did. It wasn't Saint Anger. It was the album right before that. Jesus.
Reload.
I've been drinking too much. Is that it? It was like they did like a short film. Holy shit! I need to look this up now.
Before Saint Anger.
I'm gonna make a fool of myself. The music video for it was like a super 90s like action movie.
Is that Fuel? Which I didn't really like Reload. That seemed very generic rock.
It wasn't Death Magnetic. Maybe it was. I gotta look at Reload really quick.
Death Magnetic is like, wasn't it the last album they put out?
It wasn't.
Oh no, Hardwired was, then Death Magnetic.
I think Death Magnetic. Oh yeah, it was 2008.
Mitch says James Hetfield is a better guitar player than Kirk.
What the fuck was it?
Yeah, he is. Kirk's actually really sloppy if you watch a lot of live stuff.
Was it the video for Unforgiven 2? I think it was MTV did a...
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta give my cat his medicine. So, 1 second.
Is that what we're calling it these days?
He's got an AIDS cat.
What's he doing to his wife?
They did this fucking music video that was like really corny, and as a little kid I thought it was the coolest fucking thing, and I can't think of it now.
Yeah, I don't remember enough of them. I wasn't a big enough fan, so it's like my buddies always loved them so much.
It was.
I never remember the details.
I think it was the song they did. I think they did it for a movie. Oh, just found it. Mission Impossible 2.
Oh, actually, I do think I know that one.
I think it was MTV did like it was like almost like a mini like documentary on like the shooting of the video, and I think at the time it might have been the like most. It does sound like the Mission Impossible song. The song is called "I Disappear." I love that they all knew immediately. Like it's this really corny fucking song, and they did this. I should have just looked at. Sorry guys, I was in another tab on YouTube trying to find it. I love chat. You guys are great. Yeah,
chat knows
who had it first. Yep, Mitch. Immediately, I disappear. Blast beat, I disappear. Yeah. Hey. I need to wait for Jeff to get back. So I'm pretty sure it was MTV that did it. They did like this little like behind the scenes series on shooting it, and I think it's Kirk Hammett's part is the.
Sorry about that.
What is that old movie with the fucking plane flying in on the guy?
The
North by Northwest?
North by Northwest, yes. Thank you. I almost said South by Southwest, and that's the fucking stupid like film fair.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that movie. Kirk Hammett has a scene that I think is supposed to sort of be like an homage to that in the video, and I just remember seeing the like behind the scenes making of on MTV, and then they premiered the video right after, and it being like this big deal, like when the internet was still like AOL was the internet at the time, essentially.
Are we talking about I Disappear here? Yep. I'm looking at the comments.
Dude, I was trying to figure it out, and I was in another tab looking it up. I was like, I remember the lyrics. It was something stupid. And I typed in, hey, Metallica, and it popped up immediately. And then I jumped back over to the StreamYard, and everyone in chat had already had it for like 3 minutes. It's like, damn it, I gotta believe in chat.
I remember I was afraid of using Napster, so I had my buddy download it for me, put it on a CD so I could have it.
I just want to say this has been a great night because we had no plan for this. I was just like, I just want to get on and do a chill stream. We didn't stream yesterday. Like, we'll get on and hang out. This has been absolutely great. We'll play a little bit of this real quick because this shit was, yeah, so like. but I'll let this keep playing. Fucking
yeah, they will fuck us up. They are Metallica.
Yeah, right. That'd be funny if Metallica didn't strike us. I don't think I mentioned it on stream. So the other night when we got taken down again, Ryan, it wasn't the fucking movie we were watching. When we were watching Hercules Returns, we got taken down for the BBC clip at the beginning of the stream that Jeff asked me to pull up. The Neanderthal vocalization.
Oh. So it wasn't my BBC thing.
No, it was. Your BBC was the first one we ever got taken down for your drawing clip.
Oh, this is
Ryan,
again.
Ryan BBC.
The second time when we got struck like a couple nights ago when we were watching Hercules Returns and it just went down all of a sudden and we all thought it was because of Hercules Returns. Hercules Returns not even an automated claim. We got automated claim because the video was like auto processing while we were still live, and it processed through the first 20 minutes when we watched that BBC clip, not knowing it was a BBC clip, and we immediately got pulled for playing that clip at the beginning. Because right after we restarted, I looked at the YouTube page and we had a copyright strike, and I loaded it, and it was for the BBC clip. But this time it let us actually cut it out, whereas the one of you drawing, it wouldn't even let me cut it out of the video. It was just like, the video's blocked, so I have to download it, cut it out manually, and re-upload it.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, no, the Hercules Returns was completely cool, evidently. So if we want to, we can all rewatch that movie some night together, which I think is really cool.
Yeah,
I meant to look for that the other night. Like, we could definitely do like Night of the Living Dead, the old George Romero one, and just hang out and watch some shit like that and bullshit some night if people are into that.
Hefo kind of looks like Dane Cook at this point in his career.
It's so funny too because like all of them are like, they don't look that bad for right now. Like they look kind of, it's got like a weird kind of like grimy porn producer feel to everybody at that point in time, which I feel like that was like the rock star look at that point.
Right.
But
like fucking Saliva.
Everyone in the band, though, for the most part, is pulling it off, but Lars will forever just look like someone's stepdad.
Well, that's your opinion,
Yeah, it's... Oh, my God, yeah. Hey. Lars is going to run through a building that is under construction everywhere except for the office he's been hanging out in.
He's still scared. You can see, like, he's pulling his arms in, like, oh, this is actually scary.
This was one of the things they showed was like at the time, I think you were still away, but I'm pretty sure at the time this was like one of the most expensive music videos ever shot, if not the most expensive. And yeah, that I'm pretty sure was an actual shot they did with a stuntman, but it's only actually like 4 stories up or something like that, and he hit a pad. And then all those explosions and stuff, it was actually Lars like running through it. So it's like, yeah, he is actually like probably shitting his pants there because he's
Pedro. They all look like Ron Jeremy.
Yeah, it's crazy that was like you were saying, Saliva. Saliva, I think, is a perfect example of that. There's a couple other ones too.
And I bought that damn album too.
Yeah, Saliva, where they have
click, boom,
bleached dreads. Oh my God. What was it? Like, I'm coming down on your stereo?
I like how you said, something like, I'm coming down your stereo. Yeah, like, all the words. Come on, man.
No, dude, genuinely.
You start singing it. It's something like...
No, genuinely, we used to rip on this band a bunch because my cousin Sean looks like their vocalist looks like my cousin Sean wearing a really bad wig. So, like, none of us could listen to these guys without laughing. We used to joke that this was like heavy metal Nickelback. Because they really are. Holy shit, dude.
Are they still around? Really?
This looks like it's from like this year, which is hilarious. I guess it's from 2003.
Do they tour strip clubs?
Yeah, it looks like they exclusively play music on the set of pornos.
Like them and Buck Cherry.
Like it's Guy Fieri's band before he made it to Flavortown. Guy Fieri on Dark Mode. Saliva blows. Their singer is a shitty actor now.
Is he really?
No fucking way. Saliva.
The second Saliva album was written by Nikki Sixx. Holy shit.
Saliva's what?
Saliva's second album was written by Nikki Sixx.
That's crazy.
But Blast Beat said.
Didn't the vocalist of Nickelback, didn't Chad Kroeger write Theory of a Dead Man's first album?
No idea.
I always heard that was a bunch of Nickelback B-sides, which I was like, man, they should just give all of their sides to Theory of a Dead Man, because that guy's got a way better voice. I remember their first album being like way better than anything I ever heard from Nickelback, and hearing that rumor. But yeah, there, Pedro, that's the perfect over-the-counter metal. Don't worry, that stuff is completely safe, not satanic at all. Your parents are going to actually love it. I always thought that was funny. That's how you gauge good metal, is if your parents listen to it, you shouldn't be. Oh my God, they got like a fucking 10-year-old kid on stage for this Saliva concert.
Giving him chlamydia.
Saliva vocalist Josie Scott co-wrote and performed Hero, which was used as one of the theme songs. Yeah, that was the one he co-wrote with Nickelback, but I think it's the vocalist of Nickelback that wrote Theory of a Dead Man's first album. I'd have to like verify that again, but then I think Theory of a Dead Man came out with another album after that, and their fan base like completely fell off on them, and now they're kind of like a trapped band. Like they just like don't exist, if I remember correctly. Not that they're like crazy.
Why is there even an article on the reason why Josie left Saliva?
Oh, we'll get into that in a minute. I just wanted to see what he was known for in movies.
I think the guy that wrote it is the only guy that actually cares about it.
He was in
everybody sit down. Josie has left Saliva.
He was in Hustle and Flow. That's amazing.
That makes sense.
And Wanted, the TV series, Officer Rodney Gronbeck. What the fuck?
There was a Wanted TV series? It couldn't be related to that.
He did a shitload of music for WWE stuff.
He was in Talladega Nights?
Click, Click, Boom, I did not know was written for the Cradle to the Grave soundtrack. That's bonkers.
Watch Saliva now turn out to,
all die
just like Creed did. No, like reunite just like Creed did when we talked about it.
That would be crazy. So if we talk about old actors, they die, but if we talk about shitty butt rock bands from the mid-2000s, they reform. We could really be making a lot of careers here. Who else do we need to touch on? I like Nickelback's first two albums, and then they blew up. They wrote some catchy stuff, but it was very butt rocky right out of the gate. Same way with Creed. Like Creed, man, they had some earworms. What If? I still stand by it. That song bangs. If you don't know What If from Creed, go listen to that. You'll be like, what the fuck? Do I actually like a Creed song right now? What is going on? You will. It'll be inside of you forever. It will burn when you pee when you listen to What If.
Well, now you got me.
No, Nickelback came too late for me. If it hit me when I was a teenager, I probably would have loved it. Honestly.
Yeah, Silver Side Up made a fuckload of money. That was the whole thing. And then it was like, it's like Trump now. Like it was the lowest hanging fruit around, and everybody made fun of it. I remember me and my little brother, I think, got that album through like BMG Music back in the day. And for like a week, I was like, this is really cool. And then we were like the poor kids in town, and we went to school, and like a ton of kids were wearing Nickelback shirts, and everybody was listening to Nickelback. And I was immediately like, I don't like Nickelback anymore. Because I was a hipster at like 8.
What is the meaning of the name Nickelback? Does anybody know?
It had some explanation.
Is it some Canadian thing?
That used to be, like, I'm pretty sure
give me that Nickelback.
Explained it.
That's all it is.
Hey!
A famous Canadian saying. Give me that Nickelback.
Like, loonies and shit, or whatever the fuck they call them. Loonies and toonies.
Give me that loony back. That was their original name.
Or Looney Back. Butt rock from the two. I was gonna look up something else and I completely.
But they had to change it because there's already like 5 Canadian bands named Looney Back.
Motherfuck.
Who's ready to rock, eh?
Right. Why don't we go with something more American, eh? How about a nickel?
These Avril Lavigne's really blowing us out of the water, guys.
Yeah, like your Canadian guy sounds like he's a little bit more Mexican.
Well, he grew up there, you know? Like he moved down there for a summer.
Oh,
and then he came back and kind of just couldn't drop the accent.
That happens.
Yeah.
Carne asada gets you.
It's string slang? I guess he meant street slang for maple syrup trafficking.
Yeah. Nickelback's Chad Kroeger brings Theory of a Dead Man to life. Signs band produces its record, scores group on spot Spider-Man album. So they were allowed to do a song on the Spider-Man soundtrack with Chad Kroeger at the time because they were like fucking huge. And he pretty much wrote Theory of a Dead Man's entire first album. And it's like, if you go back ever and listen to their first album, it blows like everything Nickelback has ever done out of the water. And it's bonkers.
I always heard that, but not going to take the chance.
Oh, you don't want to get into some mid-2000s butt rock all of a sudden? You've heard...
Call me closed-minded.
You've heard some of their stuff, I guarantee you, if you saw the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Oh, I remember that song, yeah.
A hero to something, and something a hero to something. That one.
That's
right?
that's the Nickelback one.
And it wasn't the other one, Dashboard Confessionals? Didn't they do this number 2?
That song was fucking great, and that got tons of people laid.
I didn't say anything bad about it, just confirming.
Oh man, they were so butt rocky. These guys were like Texas butt rock is what they should have been called. I'm trying to think of a song to put on. Any of you guys like Chevelle back in the day?
I did.
I think that was the closest thing to butt rock I liked.
It was like Chevelle. Butt rock that was really into Tool.
They even have some newer albums that are fucking kick-ass. What was it? Jars? That I think it's maybe
Jars
like
of Clay, the Christian band.
Oh, I hate you.
DC Talk.
Theory of a Dead Man. Super butt rocky stuff. Make Up Your Mind, I think is the song.
Oh, Ryan's out with the DC talk.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, now we're on the emo blast beat. That's all I'll talk about emo now.
We'll get there. We'll transition momentarily. First, I'm going to make you suffer through some butt rock.
Under Oath.
Yeah, this shit. This was all written by Nickelback, dude.
I've never even heard this song. That.
Yeah, Jars is the album, right? Or no,
let's hold hands as
the album's
we walk
called Sci-Fi
down
Crimes.
the wild.
It's called. Jars is just one of the songs on it. I was like, why can't I remember? Yeah, it's like he popped out, but he hasn't jumped back in.
I don't think he's feeling the new metal.
Trying to remember, this album had a lot of really good songs on it, but like, yeah, I remember I wrote like a short story in high school in a class based on some of their music, and my teacher thought it was like the coolest fucking thing. I should see if I can find that.
Wasn't their first big hit Red? Or The Red or something like that?
The Red.
Yeah, that was a cool
Vitamin song. R might have even been before that. Yeah, this was like one of my favorite songs on the album. Fuck yeah, dude. Stabbing Westward kicks ass. I used to love them.
Yeah, so he's got like that Tool kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up listening to this like all tomorrow now. Yeah, it's like a Tool with more structure and less experimentation.
Pedro says early 2000s was all corrosion of conformity and down with me. Good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to just have some dudes where I could like chill and jam like this again. It used to be so much fucking fun.
This almost has like a Radiohead kind of vibe. This song.
This was definitely like the weirdest track on the album from what I remember, and I think that's what I liked about it. It wasn't just like the normal shit you expect from them. Plus, this album was kind of like a concept album. It's called Sci-Fi Crimes, and it's like all revolving around just like weird alien shit and like out-of-body experiences, remote locating and stuff like that. Just all sorts of weird fucking concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Senses Fail, if any of you guys listen to them, they had an album come out like 2 years back, I think now, that I really liked. I always forget the fucking name of it.
I bought, I think, their second album when it came out.
When you were talking about bands where you like that they like really changed things up a lot.
Lost Prophets, I do remember them. Never liked them.
Oh, rapey as fuck. That guy's like away in prison for diddling babies.
Oh, I forgot about that. And the As I Lay Dying guy tried to have his wife killed.
Yeah, but he's actually like out now and going through therapy and everything, and I think might actually be back with his wife.
What the fuck, dude?
Was it In Your Absence, is it called?
Oh, Ryan's phone died.
Oh. Yeah, these dudes used to kill it. Trying to think of other shit.
Oh, Mitch shared, I don't know if you saw, he shared a picture of him playing guitar looking like James Hetfield.
Oh, is it on Twitter?
On Twitter.
I was like, what?
And before that, in his pupil stage, he was Dave Mustaine.
Right, I was about to say, it's like Baby Hetfield. The pupa stage. Oh my god, yeah. He ascended. There was this other band too. I was never really a big fan of them. I think they were kind of like a Jesus rock band.
What, POD?
No, POD was a Jesus rock band, but Default, I think.
Oh, somebody mentioned them earlier in the chat.
Okay, someone did, because it was like I wasn't a huge fan of them, but I remember they had a song on, I think it was on a soundtrack that had like this gnarly fucking riff in it, and I always called it the comic book riff. Like it sounds like right when you cut to a new scene. I don't know what it is. Is it this?
This name sounds very familiar.
They had like one or two good songs. Yeah, more Chad Kroeger stuff for sure. But there's like a guitar riff in one of their songs that when I was a little kid, I was just like, holy shit. It might have even been on the Spider-Man album because it feels like all that stuff.
Wait. Were these
like,
the ones?
Like it's fucking wild.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was a different band.
This isn't the song, I don't think, unless this picks up.
This is like the kind of band that would tour with Creed.
Oh. Still very butt rocky.
I recognize the voice, but
yeah, they were like around Nickelback and all that. It's like Breaking Benjamin, butt rocky stuff.
Yeah, like tap.
This isn't it though, I don't think. This is the song I think that was super famous, "Wasting My Time," but I don't know if this
is that's what I was thinking of. Okay, I remember that song.
This was like 98, I want to say 99. I feel like
no, it was later than that, wasn't it?
Really? I felt like, or is this? Oh, it says 2009. Is it real? It can't fucking possibly be that.
I don't know if it was that late, but I know it was like mid 2000s.
Yeah, I thought this was like 99.
Yeah, I like this song.
Crossfade. That's the other one I couldn't remember before.
Yeah, I like the song. I thought it was a good song.
This isn't the song either.
Look at that mid 2000s CGI. That Linkin Park era CGI.
Oh yeah. Dude, how about that Trump fucking ad with the Linkin Park cover in it? Did you see that shit all over Twitter today? In the end, I was like, this is not fucking happening. Oh, girl. What rock?
Blast Beat said, "As I lay dying, there's two sides to that story. Besides, the band is back together and none of the fans care. Metal audiences don't care about that stuff. They forgive a lot if you can shred." I've noticed, just when I read like metal articles, like metal sucks and stuff, everybody seems to be all woke now in metal. What's going on? Everybody seems like PC pussies now.
What the fuck was that song?
Metal. Seven Dust from Pedro. I liked Seven Dust. I thought Seven Dust was awesome. Was John Witherspoon, who's a cool singer. Incubus from Randy. I never liked Incubus. Ever. So no, we will not be playing them. I feel like we're radio DJs now. Coming from Randy, Incubus. Blast Beat, they have a new album ready to go. Like everyone, Seven Dust had their tour canceled this year in 2020. Seven Dust is the biggest band on Rise Records. Ryan next. Pedro, time to reconnect, it seems. Mitch, I agree, Jeff. What do you agree with? I don't remember what I said. I'm having a Kelsey moment.
Found it.
Randy, Crossfade had a song called Cold. Oh, Mitch says, I don't think the fans care, but the writers are woke as fuck. Yeah, I feel like every time I read an article about metal, everybody seems all woke and bitchy.
The fucking guitar riff. It's the opening riff of this song. I thought it was the fucking most metal shit when I was a little kid. And it's like a very small part of the song. That. And then it's very butt rock. It's almost like Pearl Jam.
But that intro did have kind of like an old, like Black Sabbath, almost kind of cover feel to it.
I don't know why, but when I was a little kid, I was like, it's like the comic book riff. And I think my dad liked these guys.
That makes sense.
I would hear it and I'd be like, yeah, it just reminds me of like that's like the perfect like vibe I imagine for like a Punisher movie, is that riffs like that playing as it cuts to a new scene of him like walking down a dark alley is.
Oh, definitely in that 2003 Tom Jane one.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I think there's a...
What was the fucking band that used to play during all Rebecca Romaine's moments in that movie? It was the guy that married the Evanescence girl.
Jesus, Seether, is that them?
Seether, yeah.
Yeah, this shit.
Like these guys would tour with Seether.
Like it just like I imagine like a comic book movie should just have like it should feel like there's a dude just right out of frame with an electric guitar plugged into a giant fucking wall of amps and he's playing just sweet little like transition riffs like that are crunchy as fuck.
Yeah, and bootcut
It's just like, why the fuck is that there? Because it's cool.
In a Western t-shirt too, Western t-shirt and bootcut jeans.
See what I mean though? It was so simple. It was like nothing insane, but I was like, I remember hearing that when I was a little kid and being like, holy shit. And it's like not a band that's heavy at all. Like,
Blast Beat, Sepultura, and Soulfly. I always loved Soulfly. Wasn't big on Sepultura.
I was like, why can't I remember Crossfade's Cold?
Silverchair.
Six Crazy Fists was another one, I think.
Please love me again.
But then I think third
for me.
I'm so drunk, and yeah, we're doing a deep dive for like high school.
Yeah, I'm going to Ozfest this year. I'm gonna go see Shinedown.
It would be like late middle school, early high school for me. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not like crazy. Is it? Oh, at the end of August was like one of their hits.
He sounds like 18 Visions there.
I think this is the album. Oh, I don't know what song I picked, but I think this is the album where they started to get heavy.
That band 12 Foot Ninja, I listened to their song when I was looking for new bands, and I fucking
They're another band that I used to mix up with these guys.
I just didn't get it. I'm like, you're Kung Fu guys? What's going on? That was also a big thing too in the mid 2000s is to have a Heart album. Killswitch Engage had it, 18 Visions, him. Everybody was doing Hearts.
What was another one that I feel like my cousin was really into that I couldn't get into?
Later, Ryan.
1,000 Foot Crutch?
No idea.
Oh my god, yeah, 12 Foot Ninja. See, yeah, that played one day automatically. It got like 30 seconds in and I was like, nope.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Yeah, 1,000 Foot Crutch. I don't even remember.
We're struck by like all these bands.
Oh, it's spelled with a K too. God, I remember it's something with giants.
I feel like our magic is gonna create a world tour for all these bands.
My cousin was nuts about these guys too.
The Butt Rock Fest.
Yeah, I'm just like going through like 12 Foot Ninjas, like if System of a Down, Tool, and Suck had a baby. Oh man.
Oh my god. It's already cringy.
Holy shit. Yeah. This is evidently newer stuff. This isn't the one I was thinking it was then. But holy fucking balls.
Blast Beat, this is a result of him right here.
Absolutely not. Yeah, we're done on that one. It's the first one I've had to genuinely just stop without going to a new video. Where do we go from here? It's bad when it says Nightcore after.
I love that everybody hated that.
Whatever that is. Yeah, there's bad and then there's just fucking turn it off. Wow, that just fragged my brain. What do we got? What's Breaking Benjamin up to?
Oh god, Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, it's the logical next step.
Well, now we're gonna have to go Taproot.
So Cold 2 months ago? Isn't that an old ass song?
They just re-uploaded it, hoping it would pay off again.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it is. Oh my god. That's insanity. That is uploaded 2 months ago from Vivo, and it's the action that song. I was like, is it a recut? Nope, nothing. Breaking Benjamin, Dear Agony, Aurora version featuring Lacey Sturm.
No
7
idea.
months ago. Yeah, no clue. He looks old. She's still, it's like fucking 10 years later and she's still doing that face clutch thing. Mitch, no. That did it. Ogre's leaving. That makes so much sense. Holy shit, Blastbeat, you are a genius.
Commie bastards. Who's a commie? Flyleaf?
3 reasons why I left Flyleaf. Because they're commies.
Are they really?
No, I don't know. Holy shit, what else can we get into? That felt like Breaking Benjamin trying to write a song for a Disney movie. Wow, that really did do it. 3 people just straight up jumped out of here.
Yeah, I can't blame them.
Yeah. We're pushing the limits here. What's next, guys? We're taking calls.
We're taking requests. We're taking requests on the evening show.
Yeah.
Death Curse.
This is going to be the most struck video we've ever done. I'm looking forward to it. If things just go down, guys, you know exactly why. Oh, right as I said that, guess what happened?
Did we get struck? We're still live.
Said streams unavailable. Are we back now? Can you guys see us?
Oh, are you kidding me? Did fucking Breaking Benjamin get us? Did Saliva get us? Which one of you fucking retards got us?
It's back to I have a live feed. Yeah, we're back again. So it blocked us out live for the Breaking Benjamin, but now we're back. That's why everybody left. That's amazing. So
which one of these has-been ass bands got us?
It had to be Breaking Benjamin. It had to be. All right, so we need to work backwards. What do we go now?
He's like, I got a really good voice, you assholes.
I can't do Coheed. Coheed's actually a good band. I love them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get kicked in the head.
Fine. I don't hate them, but they're fine. I'm like,
shit. Yeah, where do we want to go? Banished to the Shadow Realm. I love everybody just came back immediately. Yeah, so it seems, I guess if it's copyrighted, it'll say streams unavailable, but we'll just come back as soon as we stop playing the copyrighted stuff. Because I was like, oh, somebody said that did it. Did they mean that took down the stream? And as soon as I checked it and stopped the video, we were right back up. So did
you do the Vivo version of Breaking Benjamin or the?
Probably. If I just do like somebody's like
been it.
Toilet release of it. Oh yeah, I'm sure Vivo ones are popped up immediately, but it's like,
oh no, you did the official Breaking Benjamin one. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's probably automated. Like this guy probably has everything flagged because he's a dickhead. Oh, my YouTube history and recommended is gonna be so bad.
Oh, it's gonna be crushed for the next month.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Beth is gonna look at it and be like, "What have you been doing?" Like, oh my god. I didn't even think of that. Shit. Oh my god, that's bad.
Too late now. Just embrace it.
Oh wow, we've been going for almost 3 hours though. Whatever.
Next time you come on the show, you're gonna have your hair cut, and you're gonna have that little goatee going.
Oh my god.
Listen guys, I gave it a shot. It's actually pretty sweet.
There's the stretch goal for the next book. I'll do the asshole 2000s rocker look. If fucking dude, you gotta bleach your tips with me if we fucking.
Oh yeah. We gotta do it, and I'll wear a wife beater with like 4 chain necklaces and a bunch of rings.
Get your nose pierced. Holy fuck! Oh yeah, that'd be excellent.
Oh, I'll get my shashas out of the basement. You know, the shoes with the flames on them.
Oh, Kill Switch is great, Randy. We talked about them a bunch tonight. Like I said, Adam D used to be at the Palladium in the waterfront all the fucking time.
I liked both versions. I liked was it Jesse, the original lead singer, and I liked Howard. I thought they were both awesome.
I remembered being really drunk at the Palladium one time and thinking Adam was Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy, and I was like, "Why is Patrick from Fall Out Boy here? This is weird." But I was really drunk, and it was just Adam D from Killswitch. It was at an Under Oath show.
Is that the lead guitarist?
Yeah, Adam, the one who's always wearing like capes and booty
shorts.
Isn't
he like 6 feet plus?
Oh, he's a pretty big dude.
How'd you confuse him for the Fall Out Boy guys? They're all like 5 feet tall.
I've never seen the Fall Out Boy guys in real. I'm not a fan of Fall Out Boy, so it's just like he was wearing the stupid like golf cap that the dude from Fall Out Boy would wear all the time, and he was just like in the back off to the side of the stage at an Under Oath show, and I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? And then I was like, oh no, that's Adam D, because he had what's it called, produced the 2 albums for Under Oath at the time. I was like, that makes a lot more sense, because we actually reached out to him to try and do our album there.
Do you remember that Killswitch? Was it End the Heartache? Was in Resident Evil 2?
I did
not remember
that. But Adam D, one of the guys that rented a room at his studio, was like one of his understudies. Almost recorded us, and then he got into like a fist fight with our drummer.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, because our drummer was a heroin addict. Not Adam D, the other dude.
That'll do it.
Yeah, our drummer was a heroin addict. He was filling in on drums for another band, which we recommended them that they don't do that, and they thought we were just like trying to keep him for ourselves, and we were like, no, he's like fucked on heroin right now, and he like shouldn't be around people, like he needs to go to rehab. And he was at the studio, and I think he stole some shit from there while he was there or something. And yeah, they got into like a fist fight.
A band that doesn't fit in with the butt rock, but a band that I used to like that now sucks. AFI.
Oh my god, AFI's been gayify for a while.
For a long time.
But that's on brand for you. I feel like that's just like modern Danzig.
I mean, yeah, they were kind of like Danzig.
You're not surprising me with anything, Jeff. We went down the rabbit hole of butt rock tonight. Some good and some bad. This was the Chevelle song that I thought of that I think was the first one they got big for.
Yeah.
Not the Red. I think the Red came after this, but I could be wrong.
This was the one that was like super Tool sounding at times.
Yeah, I feel like me and Mitch are very similar.
Mitch, AFI, nope.
I just honestly miss being able to get on stage and fucking sing, scream, and like fucking dive into a crowd with people. Just get crazy all night.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah. You play any instruments?
I play nothing. I suck at music. I only joined band just so I could hang out with my buddies. And then I had to quit after our first recital because I just pretended like I could play trumpet. It was so obvious.
Wait, dude, you cannot play music.
I can't play anything. I don't know anything musically.
I used to be like decent at guitar, but it was like it got to a point where we're like, oh yeah, let's all start a band, and we were all like, who can do vocals? And we sort of all went around the room, and I was like, I'm the least bad, and I'm also the worst guitarist out of all of us. So I just sort of gave up guitar and focused on vocals after that, and learned like how to train my vocals. Like I really prided myself on at live shows being able to drop the microphone and scream like loud enough to hear me along with the band without the microphone. so I could get like really fucking loud.
My wife's the musician of the two of us. She can play flute and guitar and all that cool stuff. I can't play nothing.
The fuck? Is your wife like a pirate or something?
Oh, and she's been to a million concerts. And like the heaviest shit she can find, always in the front row. 5 feet tall. She has no fear.
That's why, like, no kidding. Like when we lost our drummer to rehab, we were like, I was like, I'll talk to Beth. We did sort of just start dating, and like her parents don't even know I exist, but I might be able to convince her to fill in on drums for the album. And she was like, no. It's like finishing her degree at the time, and I'm like, come on, I know you fucking shred on drums.
Randy says that Chevelle is terrible live.
They weren't back in the day. I had seen them.
Terrible.
It might have just been because they had a lot of ups and downs. So, like, was that post the bassist leaving? Because I know they kept playing after he left officially, and then I think he came back for that Sci-Fi Crimes album, which is why I think I like that one so much. But yeah, I saw them live, I think once or twice. I know once. I think I saw them twice, though, back in the day, and I remembered liking them live. Because there's a lot of bands I went and saw back in the day where, like, you listen to the albums a bunch and be like, God, this shit crushes, and then you go see them live, and you're like, is this the same band?
Mm-hmm.
One of the most surprisingly rad bands I've ever seen live. They did that Britney Spears Toxic cover.
Who is that?
Aesthetic Lullaby? Is that the name of them? They're like emo screamo band, but they replaced a bunch of members, and the new members were like absolutely fucking wild and reckless. And I just remember they had a guitarist who chain smoked the entire fucking show. He had like a suit jacket on the whole night, like a really fucking nice blazer, and he just opened up a pack of cigarettes and ripped the fucking top off of it and tucked that into the pocket of the blazer, like the chest pocket. Mm-hmm. And he was just reaching in the whole night, pulling out cigarettes and sparking them. And no lie, dude's doing backup vocals the whole fucking set, nailing them and just smoking the entire time and not skipping a beat and playing guitar. And I had only like heard of this band like in the past, like friends and stuff listened to them, but it was like, from what I remembered, it was all like screamo shit. And then they randomly did, this weird blonde-haired fucking dude who looks like a super pretty boy. He looked like an absolute fucking scumbag at the show we were at. It was insane. But he's the backup singer for the band. Yeah, that dude. Sounded like verbatim like this recording live, but looked like he looked like a guy who would rape and murder you in a dark alley at the show. Like, it was the weirdest shit, and not being familiar with this band, and these dudes came out and opened with this, and they literally have like women in like bras and panties like dancing on stage with their nips like bursting out of their bras.
What year was this?
And this dude's name, this was probably like 2010.
Is he screaming?
That dude too. I think the screamer's name is Joe Brown. The screamer. He came out, and the tour that they did, every date they did, they would walk out and Joe Brown would scream something fucking ridiculous every time. like, I think at ours, he walked out and he's like, I'm Joe Brown. We're a Static Lullaby, and I'm going to fuck your ass till it bleeds. And then they just started playing this. And I was just like, don't know who this band is. They were like the third opener before. I don't even remember who was playing that night. I think it was like a Bless the Fall show or something that I went to with like my cousin and his girlfriend. And yeah, they came out and I was just like, I don't know who these guys are, but like you've hooked me with personality alone, and I don't even care for your music very much.
But this whole period of like the singer and the screamer thing just feels so cringy now. Like like Atreyu. Remember Atreyu?
I fucking still love Atreyu, so go fuck yourself. No.
Get all angry at me.
Yeah, you can't talk about Bay Area hardcore and not get your dick punched in by me. Yeah, Atreyu will forever rip, and they're like as screamo as it gets. Attila was fucking rad. I've met all of those dudes, and I've smoked with fucking Franz on many occasions. I actually, me and my buddy Brendan smoked a blunt with them when they were just touring in a van before Franz was like a multi-millionaire nutcase. And the last time I saw them at Warped Tour, he tried to pretend that he didn't know us anymore and told us all his friends drive Lamborghinis, and we laughed at him. Haven't listened to Attila in years, though. He went off that rap, and but they were fucking hilarious back in the day. I used to love Attila.
What about Neurosis? Do you like Neurosis?
Went to a lot of their shows. I don't think I really listened to Neurosis. I definitely have buddies who like them. I don't think they're anything like Attila. Attila is like...
No, I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Are you familiar with Attila?
I know the name. I don't think I've ever heard any of the songs.
Oh, they're like party hardcore. It's the strangest shit ever to like explain to people who haven't listened to it. But yeah, Franz, those dudes used to come through here a lot, and we'd get real fucked up with them. Same thing, that Bless the Fall show I was talking about that I think these guys opened on. I might be blurring two of them together, but I went to two separate Bless the Fall shows, and one of them was the one right after fucking... It was Bless the Fall and Escape the Fate that were touring together. It was right after Ronnie Radke from Escape the Fate had been implicated in a murder, and they just didn't show up to our date. And then all that came out. We were like, oh, fuck. Crazy shit. This is like a weird-ass memory lane.
Are we going to pull up Alien Ant Farm anytime soon?
Holy fuck. I'm trying to think of something because...
Oh, that's Attila?
No, that's them now. They're like a rap band.
Are you serious?
The worst shit ever. They used to be brutal as fuck, so this is probably like 10 years ago. Imagine like 5 drunk bros saying the most heinous shit about getting drunk and fucking bitches. That's Attila, essentially. Smoking blunts, getting stupid. With. But that's one of my less proud moments. Yeah, what the fuck's the name of the song? My Children, My Bride. I think it's
gross.
Yeah, My Child Bride. So they shot footage for this
Randy, so Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal?
They shot footage for this entire video at the Waterfront, that venue I was talking about. They shot the entire night of this show, and like my whole band, other than me, it was like probably 6 months before I had moved back to town and we started the band. All all of these dudes are at the show. My buddy Steve Brown is there, who was on a bunch of weird TV shit back in the day. He was on an episode of Room Raiders on MTV, if you've ever watched that show. Yeah. I wouldn't know the specific episode, but his name was Steve Brown, and he had a bunch of gay tattoos and
We're
really
gone again.
Swoopy scene hair. Oh shit.
We're gone again.
Will it come back? We're back again.
We're back now?
Just pop back in for me. But yeah, Steve was on a Room Raiders episode, and he's in this video. I'll just play this on mute. But and we got taken down again.
Did we really? Mitch is like, fuck. I told you. All these bands are going to hit us at the same time.
All this, yeah, I'm wondering if it's just backlogging all this butt rock. This has been a hilarious night. I'll wait for us to come back, and then we can just wrap it up. I killed it so we could get back to just you and I. But it might just be done for now.
Oh, no.
It's so ridiculous sometimes. What do we got? Can we see it from the dashboard? Is it gonna come back? Damn. Is 3 too many?
All for showing a little bit of butt rock.
Too much butt rock for one night.
Too much butt rock for YouTube to handle. Yeah, I don't see our video.
Oh, and we're back.
Are we back? Really?
We're live again. It just
hey.
Razmas the end. Holy shit. And people stuck with us. That's amazing.
You can't stop us, Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's just getting caught up to all the videos we watched like it did the other night.
The combined powers of Default and Breaking Benjamin cannot tear us down.
So much ass rock we're being eaten alive. Oh my god, dude. This has been a hysterical night. Oh man. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Yeah, this has been great. We'll steer clear of the music for now.
We're all gonna get hot rod flame tattoos in our forearms.
Yes. Chester. Let's take a quick look at 1,000-Foot Crutch. No.
Hey, here's a question for you. Alien Ant Farm got famous off their cover of Smooth Criminal. But do you think they really made any money from the cover of Smooth Criminal?
Probably, because from what I've heard, covers are like a weird fucking territory where it's like you can kind of make money off of them depending on the song.
But that's
I don't know
Jackson,
about a Michael Jackson song though. Yeah,
and like he was so smart
definitely
about controlling all his stuff. Like, remember he bought the Beatles songs.
It definitely sold him a lot of fucking records. So,
like, I think everything around that song's success helped them get money. But I kind of wonder if they actually made money from the success of that song directly. What I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, right, Mitch? I want to know the fucking 14 million people that are watching that Breaking Benjamin song.
That's what we were just saying. These are all songs that haven't been played for 12 years.
Although now I'm I want to hit up my cousin and be like, you know this on piano, don't you? Let's make this a good song. I'm going to call the chick from Flyleaf. I can't believe I didn't realize that till Blast Beat said it too, but it was
that one kind of fucked me up.
She was literally doing the stupid thing she did with her hands though. She can't help herself like in every music video they had, she always would put her hands like up around her eyes, like she was like peering through her like her index finger and thumb like in circles.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? I don't know. It's just like a compulsive thing I do when I'm in front of the camera. I can't help it. She just like drops the microphone and starts fucking making weird fucking hand gestures.
Just hugging yourself, crying.
My hands float up above me. No, you're doing that. They're not floating. You're picking them up and looking like an asshole. She also, like, I just remember seeing that video all the time on, like, Fuse and being like, this girl needs a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Desperately. Like, I wanted to feed her through the TV. Check out Hammerella, dudes, if you haven't already. Go back that shiz. There's, I don't know why I just censored myself. Motherfucker. Back it now. It's at 10,995. 10,995.
Instead of saying check out this shit, we should just replace it with check out this Breaking Benjamin.
Yes. Check this out, or Benjamin of Breaking Benjamin fame will come to your house and blast a Dear Agony live on your lawn till you do back it. So if you want to know true agony, don't back the book and find out. But I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend backing the book and not listening to Breaking Benjamin at all costs.
Everybody who doesn't back the book will be spammed with Default's latest album.
I mean, with that, $10 gets Benjamin as far away from your front lawn as you can get him. And yeah,
we're gonna pay him on Cameo to record a message for you.
What do we do if fucking Default is getting back together later this week? Like, I'm gonna scream.
I think we have to go to their concert. What we have to do?
Yeah. Oh man, they're like anti-vaxxer, anti-mask people. Like, we're doing a big ass protest concert.
We need to go there and be like, hey, this is because of us, right?
Yeah, they only play the hits that we listen to tonight. That'd be wild. In the middle of a pandemic, they get back together to just do a giant butt rock concert. Then we know we have a call in all of this.
They just play their same 2 songs over and over again.
Could you imagine if the magic of these stupid streams was real and all like 30 of those horrible bands got back together?
That's why I said it's butt rock fest.
Oh my god. Not only Creed, but you got Default. You got Crossfade.
Theory of Dead Man.
Chevelle. Ones I didn't even know about.
Grow your goatee.
Bro, one of the guys from Saliva came back from the dead.
Get your chain necklace choker.
Oh, we didn't even get to Shinedown. We kept getting struck down. Oh yeah, what about when the Ataris did the cover of the Boys of Summer?
I always thought that if Vince Neil from Motley Crue shared half of his sandwiches with Mick Mars, they'd both be much healthier. Can we pull up one more video of Vince Neil singing Today?
Mick Mars should have also shared half his cigarettes with the rest of the world. That guy looks like leather. What do you need me to pull up?
Vince Neil singing Today. I don't know beyond Vince Neil
God.
Today singing or something like that.
Motley Crue sounds like Bob Dylan.
Wait, man, can you guys go on YouTube and just search for it?
Yeah, but I'm gonna check this out real quick.
Kickstart My Heart with subtitles might be a good one.
Oh, I didn't share audio on that, I don't think. Hang on. Holy shit. Don't forget
Vince Neil bad singing.
Motley Crue sounds like Bob Dylan. Ready, gals? He just said, keep sharp my heart. Looking for another good time. This can't possibly get struck.
Shamahat.
Bitch you.
Oh fuck, Mitch Soil.
Dude.
I forgot all about Soil.
Dude, I would pay to see Motley Crue live like this. Like
he looks like an even worse version of Mickey Rourke.
Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. Wow!
I have never liked Motley Crue.
This is a Motley Crue house, Jeff. Get out.
Too bad. I own it now. This is my house now.
Oh my god. This has been an excellent night, but it is almost 3 a.m. here, so I am going to call it. We went for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Sorry, Mitch, you have to watch and listen to Soil on your own.
pure butt rockery. Yeah, we'll get down on some Soil maybe next time. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't already, go back WIREHEAD, go back Hammerella, both on Indiegogo. Check out City of Rot if you haven't already. Back that too. We're about to break 10,000, which is fucking crazy. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out, dudes. And I think we'll be back tomorrow or today. But yeah. We'll get down on something else. Maybe not so much butt rock next time around.
Come on.
Have a good night, guys, and take it easy.
Bye.